Snavi, but that has a whole history, sort of asterisk to it. So both of them are really looking to sort of put a stamp on this early start of the year, so to speak, and get a really big win.
Well, the highest ranked match for both of these teams, and G2 T-side start. Inferno is their pick. They're going to look over in the apartments. This is where Torshi resides. Going to get out with one for free. And there's no trade in sight as m0NESY takes that space slowly. Bit of a B lean to open up for MOUZ. They started 4 strong on that side of the map. That's since been dismantled.
Uncertain, towing back and forth.
It's feeling like G2 are going to play right into this.
Yeah, that spot in apps as well. Even though Torshi got the kill, he now knows they're moving in. 4th player on rotation, flash to fight. m0NESY playing a little later, peeks after the flash and finds that entry kill. Now G2 look to speed up.
Exertion just got aggressive all the way through Banana. So at this point, MOUZ know it's this A play. Exertion even hot on their heels, going to try get past the crossfire. Snax and m0NESY left battling for this. Exertion now arriving. If they can buy a few more seconds, this could get cleaned up. It's m0NESY the one left to beat. Trying to get that reload off. Jimmy hounds him down. And that's a pistol round for MOUZ to open up this quarterfinal.
Nice closer for Jimmy, just dodging, backside, even chases down on the reload. So no room for a clutch to kick things off. Even though m0NESY finds those opening kills required, MOUZ with 4-man stack hold it down.
You can see all the mind games, right? Even in terms of pistol rounds. I mean, now we have teams starting 4B in a passive setup, sort of inviting the T's, and the sole A player, which was Torji, this time is going all the way downstairs. Once they see him there, you know, there's no way G2 is thinking, ah, that guy's alone, right? Because that would be kind of crazy. And MOUZ almost got, you know, they kind of started rotating immediately after Torji had contact. Although it was a default pistol from G2, so was a chance for a little while, but they closed it out.
Seeing a lot of these risky buys in the second round, even though G2 don't even get a bomb plant, they've gone in with a Galil and 4 pistols. Looking to move up Banana, they could do 1 exec. No time for fakes here. G2 have to commit.
Done well to get the util out early at least. Little pixel spot for Brolin. Oh, and Spinks doesn't commit to that rotate. He's still floating around over on the lane. He'll be there faster than if he was dedicated towards A right now. But they won't have that 3rd player over at B.
Yeah, and he's got the molly most importantly, so there's no block util left. It's just that smoke out. We've got flashes on Torshi. It's up to the gunfights here for MOUZ. They have to hold strong.
Good position for Exertion, but no kills found. Brolin gonna have to do this alone. Spinks arriving will be cut out by this CT smoke, and so Brolin does what he can.
Oh, that could have. It's a good round for G2, but they are low. Boost going to come up, put that Galil in play. m0NESY has to win this round. He knows it.
You really need m0NESY. If he can get one, you know, find a 3-on-2 here. You have some time to move back into the post plant. If you're G2, that would be huge, but he's not getting 4 up on this boost. Instead, flashes to get the players out through coffins. He's still just waiting for this CT fight. And now they know about the boost. Both players for G2 trapped. Back at the site, m0NESY making it happen. Down to the pistol, it's pulled, and he will get run down. Spinks narrowly holding on to that. It's going to be real close. So. No kit, though. And it looks like m0NESY just might have done enough. Steals it away in the 1v3. That's a promising start for Emilia.
Damn, I can't believe he wins that. Torshi playing so passive in spawn to set up that util that m0NESY's just not giving the kill he really wants. MOUZ are able to take space out coffins with no cover because Snax is on pistol. m0NESY still converts a long-range spray. Can't find the gun on the floor, but bought just enough time. No kits, no round. MOUZ lose everything.
Safe to say, Heavy Gods celebrating like they won the series, stealing that 2nd round away. It's a big deal, though, to wrestle away this early control from MOUZ.
Yeah, sets you up to do so, to go on a big streak here, to ruin that CT economy. Going to try and fight middle with 4. Hasn't gone too well, though.
Oh, this time the aggression is considered. And the pistol Exertion found a great timing on his banana push. This time, it kind of comes from desperation more than anything else. And ends up playing right into m0NESY's hands. He's got the B site under lock and key.
But you can just tell how much, you know, these early rounds matter. That's why G2 is forcing even without the plant, because, you know, if you can get that early reset, I mean, it changes the game completely, right? MOUZ actually had a nice little round, stacking mid and smoking boiler while they're peeking direct mid, but couldn't really find the kills. Good job of G2 not getting caught out by that. And MOUZ already 7-2 in this game. It was just, it just felt off, you know, watching him in Katowice and in some of the games, you know, play style, a little bit, body language on camera. Just didn't feel like he was himself, and the time off, skipping Cluj, allowed him to reset. And he's been lights out in this tournament.
Yeah, and that's after Shanghai, right? Katowice, sure, break in the middle, but Shanghai wasn't his best performance either with the bar that we have for MOUZ. No last hurrah for G2, but they have started better here.
And it's hard. I mean, it's a big change. You know, someone like Nico definitely does a lot, but I mean, just the personal relationship he had with MOUZ ever since MOUZ joined the lineup. You know, some of these guys, they're still 19, 20 years old, right? To put them in leadership roles and for them to step up, that's not as easy as it sounds. To just say, oh yeah, just talk more and take more initiative.
100-0 in that Molly.
I mean, the thing that's interesting there is, like, on the Nico angle, even when you think about, like, all the way back in, like, the MOUZ years, right? He had to learn early on how to be a self-starter, but even then, like, he was still a skill he kept refining throughout the entire time, right? And you imagine with a character like that in your team, it lessens the burden for you to have to do it. So, you know, Nico's kind of lessons learned and the player that he became likely means that for someone like MOUZ, you know, he kind of has an idea of what he's supposed to be doing and outputting, but it's very, very hard to just pick that up and do it when Nico leaves. And I mean, Nico was sort of the focal point of the team, right? Like, on all levels, had connections to people, even looking at Hunter. And, like, them two finally teaming up in the G2 squad, the very literal family tie between the two of them.
You know, Harry, don't be sad it's over. Be happy it happened.
Yeah.
New era for G2. And I really like the Heavy God pickup, you know? He feels like a safe pair of hands, a guy who's done a lot of different things in his short career, so a versatile player.
Yeah.
Just outside of the game, seems like a guy that can get along with pretty much anyone. Good teammate, right? So that's what you want.
No, when we were speaking yesterday on Media Day, he was talking about how, like, the only thing that was kind of weird for him was coming in, obviously, as, like, the last addition to a squad. Pretty big shoes to fill, it's safe to say. And it's like he's going on a team where there are already these, you know, relationships between the players and each other. And so trying to gel into that and find out exactly both in and out of the server, you know, like what his job is within the team.
Learning all the in-jokes.
Yeah, exactly. There's probably a lot to catch up on from over the years.
You know G2 have good memes.
Oh, yeah, bro. I have no doubt. They'll be like 6-0 up, and they'll be saying, just you wait. We'll find a way.
MOUZ is trying to find a way behind the Molotov. Oh, they have no idea he can do that. Good purpose play for G2 to creep a guy in. Zershan caught off completely.
It's a nice move for MOUZ to recognize that he kind of has that room around the molly and then actually go and take it.
Do you think that's a set play, Yanko? Do you think that's something that they cooked up? That they were, you know, the molly's meant to give them that room?
Yeah, but that wasn't a CT incendiary?
Oh, okay. Maybe it was.
I think it was a CT incendiary that was just a little bit too shallow. Also, buff the incendiary.
Yeah, just the second point. Fair enough. You do just see everyone run through them. They're tiny now. It's not quite as threatening as this T Molotov. Not by a long shot. Still, I like this, right, G2? They got that opener. They haven't jumped the gun in the 5v4. They've slowed down, waiting to see if there's any sort of reaction, hoping that MOUZ have shuffled around the CT defense. They have not. They've been stubborn that this is going to end up back over at A. They keep 3 here. So the G2 about to go walking right into it. Spinks A 1 point of contact over a long gets a lot of info. Yeah, it looks like he was waiting for a flash there, but no one has one.
Ollie's big. 15 seconds, guys. You've got to break through this. You've got to somehow find a way. The nade goes in, repositions, force they line up. It's a disaster. They won't check the back of the site. The bomb gets thrown. There's only 5 seconds left. There's no way you can win this. Torshi's just saved it. Wait, no. Not going to happen. Not meant to be. A little too late. And MOUZ find his second.
Oh, MOUZ play a G2 round, and then in that round, G2 play a G2 round. The uncomfortable, kind of claustrophobic site hold, getting that double kill for G2, but then the lack of due diligence clearing these corners in the site. You've already found 2 players there. You're thinking, surely that's it for the A hold.
Not even necessarily that they think that. I mean, Torji is alive. He's the A player usually, so you should be aware could be one more guy, but I guess they didn't expect him in sight. They would think he's Zap, so nice entry kill from Honesty. And a bit unfortunate that the 2 guys he has first contact with after Hunter are low HP players, so he can get that multi-kill extremely quickly, and MOUZ steals one away, but another 5v4 situation for G2.
That was cool. Monacy jumped on that little ledge in middle to peer over the smoke. Brolin, no flash on that one again. Dry peek gets put down low. Okay, bit cheeky for Monacy, punished by the B rotation. Everyone is here right now. G2 running into a full stack if you count that arch rotation. It's just Jimpat inside of the site, trying to get behind cover in time. Brolin joins him. This is a mess right now. G2 just trying to battle through, and Jimmy holds it strong. 3 kills from the Finn, 3 rounds for MOUZ.
What Hunter said. We don't need to speed up when we had contact or 5v4. There's so much time left on the clock. Just felt a little bit strange. G2 maybe wanting to capitalize on the opening kill, but couldn't go for a coordinated hit. And also, I mean, if they're trying to go A, he's going through the con smoke to go CT. That leaves the other player on long, all on his own, right? They're just getting caught. I mean, if you're trying to speed up already, that's where you stick to your numbers, you group up a little bit more, make sure you get the trades. And these 2 rounds consecutively, I'm surprised G2 didn't take a timeout.
Feels like a rare mistake from Honesty that only gets punished because MOUZ full rotate. They had every single player coming CT. I also like we saw in the replay, he couldn't see that top mid player. He shot a bullet to bloom the smoke so he could see the player. Still, a lot of close misses on Arch side. Torshi has to block.
I think it's in those weird 5v4 moments for G2 that you feel the absence of Nico. Someone who's very, very good at winning when the opening kill's already been found. You feel like he's very, very good at pushing that advantage, finding the gaps. Monacy trying to take space that didn't feel earned for G2 yet in that round. Thing that is equally frustrating as well. We've had X-Ray in every one of these. If he'd done that in any other round they've played over towards A, he actually gets the room. But MOUZ had their eye on the arch smoke.
The reclear's good as the block comes in B, so they've actually bought a few more seconds, and there's no HE for G2 to break, and they're going to hear this rotation. 2 players running it round CT, and so G2 actually bail because of the noise. They hear a bit of a ruckus, they want to go back into the weakest site.
Yeah, maybe some miscommunication from MOUZ, because if they're blocked by the smoke, you have time to walk it over.
It's left them with this A play, having to try and fend it off. Once again, it's in these final few seconds. Snack's back turn to the pit. It's a lot of damage off the SMG. Jimmy has been a constant problem, and they can never get past him.
I don't know.
It's real close.
No.
Not have it.
He didn't get it.
Damn. Jimmy is the immovable object.
Could have planted old default.
But do you guys see a recurring theme in a couple of these rounds, right? It's a little bit discombobulated. We're running from one side to the other, and then all the hits are uncoordinated, and that's what allows for this multi-kills to happen. Actually, it's not just the fact that they're uncoordinated. It seems like the players are a little bit stressed, right? Think about a team like Fury, because they do this a lot, but everyone's sort of on point. They're clearing everything, even though there's only, 10, 12 seconds left. G2 looks a lot more uncomfortable in those scenarios, and it was first Torji, now it was Jimmy. Heavy God also not having the presence of mind to immediately go for the plant, runs out of time. Seems like they are a little bit nervous to start off this quarterfinal.
Shaky. That's for sure. Missed opportunities, lost rounds. And Heavy God break them back in. The nade lands as he's fighting. 20 health, and no one has Kevlar for him to throw it on over. Feels like MOUZ have already locked them out of this round right now. They've got full banana control, info, more utility. G2 don't have forever, as we've already learned.
That's why it's also surprising to me, you know, the lack of a timeout too. I mean, you're on the T side. How many do you think you'll need on the CT side, right? On one side of things, it's already round 8. There's only 4 rounds left in this half. Oof. And I think you could tell that G2 was able to apply some pressure, and they did a good job because the economy for MOUZ isn't that strong. So Torji doesn't have the op, and that's why they're finding the space long early on and being able to take space towards the A bomb site, but it's the finishers that have been the problem for G2 so far.
Every player on MOUZ has had their moment to be reliable and to show up and save a round here seemingly for MOUZ. There's the timeout you were talking about, Yanko. First one coming out for G2.
Still got that coach intuition in him. Although I think you would have taken this a couple of rounds ago. Maybe after the first time they ran out of time.
Or maybe the second time they ran out of time.
I think both. I would use both there. I think mostly because, you know, the players are getting a little bit... They understand that they threw the round. You know, that they had a big advantage. And definitely after the one where m0NESY gets the early entry and you sort of speed up and you fumble the round, you know, just sort of calm everyone down, have them take a deep breath, maybe give them a call in terms of what sort of a default you want them to run, and or even more so, how do you want to end the round? Remind them to not get too infatuated by timings and feelings, just stick to the...
The thing that's probably very frustrating right now is like the string of 3 rounds they lost in a row where you went slow, lost the time, tried to remedy that by really upping the pace, got too ahead of yourself, played too fast, go back to slow, lose the time again. It's like nothing feels safe, even when you're in those 5v4s right now if you're G2. And so this isn't a game thus far that's been dominated by the opening ability, right? The squad that's been 5v4 more often than not felt like G2.
And to be fair, G2 have great openers and MOUZ have great closers, right? You got Spinks, you got Jimpat. These are guys who are excellent at shutting down rounds. Spinks is here on the long side, needing support, calling for help. Util's landing at his feet. Torchy's coming in for the swing. The molly kind of gets in the way there a little bit. Torchy can't full swing, so Spinks somehow gets a second. That's more than you can ask for in that position. He was locked in. 4v3 now.
Oh, he's locked in all right. That second kill, gnarly. You know, considering all that util gets used to flush Spinks out of the corner, and he still manages to make things worse for G2 before he goes down. m0NESY waiting for this short push. He sees the shadow, has that early warning system, but eyes off it. That's when the re-aggro comes in at top middle. That kill collected for free from Jimmy P, and it's just Heavy God. This time he does have a little bit of time left on this clock. 2 players to find, Torchy and Exertion. Faces them head on. That was info. Heavy God, 20 seconds. What does he want to do with this remaining bit of time? It's just going to be fast in towards A, and they're already ahead of him. Heavy God with the flick back round. Exertion was the guy with health. Fed first to the Heavy God. But there's still more sacrifices. Torchy waiting over a long, playing this low and slow as Heavy God finally gets this bomb planted in one of these post plants. A chance for the clutch. A lot of damage, but Torchy is still in. Steals himself away. 1 bullet would end this for Heavy God, would bring G2 back into the conversation. And there's Heavy God, the freshest faced in the G2 jersey, putting up that 1v2 to finally break back through for this G2 squad.
Really holding your breath in that clutch for Heavy God. A couple of opportunities, a couple of fakes, some wide swings. And I actually love the wrap that MOUZ go for. When they get smoked mid, they both wrap arch side to go play the site. I thought they were going to double up and play together. Instead, they split, allowing him to take 1v1s. It feels like an elementary mistake for MOUZ to either commit or not to.
Yeah, I don't know if they thought he might go B for a second, and that's why they didn't stick together. But in the end, huge clutch from Heavy God.
First AWP in the game at round 10. Well, she took a peek middle. He's now rotating B. There's a bit of banana util. Ugh. Ouch. But you haven't seen the AWP here, G2. Will you be ready this late, posting up? Will it even come to matter? Right now it's just MOUZ, 3 and 8, holding on to banana as G2 go for the main control.
"45 seconds left. We're going to be keeping a close eye on this timer because this feels like another late round exec out of G2, especially as Snags now rejoins MOUZ over at Banana. This AWP has been waiting here all round.
Oh.
That was Torshi's chance to collect. But shoots off too soon. That AWP now known about. This double B stack ain't moving anywhere. But the bomb's only just now leaving Banana and looking to regroup with the rest of G2 over here in A. It's another one of these rounds down to the wire. This time G2 have to be a bit more switched on. They can't look uncomfortable here. They've got a hell of a crossfire to break through. Jimmy in the pit, Brolin in the sight. Brolin opens, now Jimmy looks to strike. It's a lot of damage, but finally they get through this short crossfire, but no time! G2 again!
Dude, it can't keep happening. It can't. It's 3 times in a half. G2 have had all the entries and none of the time. That bomb, did it get dropped on the jumping player? It must have. They went back to pit side to pick it up. Oh, that's just a disaster.
I was about to praise them. I thought they did a better job. Had a couple of guys in B that were putting pressure. Hunter had brackets. Players left at A, so they have flexibility where they can go. But once Hunter goes for and lost that duel, that alleviates some of the pressure. In the end, they didn't want to go through the smoke, but they did the previous time, and just no time in the end.
All right, just rush B, screw it, reset, go fast, push for exertion, at least gets a kill, but they need more out of this Brolin follow-up. He gets out
gets
with
away.
another.
That feels crazy. Brolin, dip in, dip out. And now Spinks arrives to lend a helping hand. Brolin should get
That's a mess.
iced out at the back of the site. They get past him, and it's a 3v3 retake to close. G2, plenty of time to get that bomb planted.
Honestly, he's low, but he's been putting in a good shift. 13 and 6, finds the entry again into this B bomb site.
There's just a lot of nades still for Torshi and Jimmy. You're going to be able to ice, or cancel out rather, some of these positions, right? You can smoke off top Banana, Moldy on a quad. Suddenly you're only worrying about Dark, Pool. And that's really it. They can see oranges aren't clear, clear already. Heavy God plays in the smoke. All right, that does add some intrigue. Heavy God's in there with them. Even though they get past Hunter, they still don't know about Heavy God. Max turn though, he fires off very soon. Knife pulled for the Heavy God. Oh, another! He studied the blade. 5 on the board for G2 as Heavy God shanks MOUZ.
Oh, that's beautiful. I thought he panicked there. I thought he'd thrown it away. He fired off very soon when players had walked past him, but able to just disappear back in the smoke. They were sticking it the whole time. Heavy God cuts him up.
Double knife kill. Like it's a silver lobby.
Yeah.
Let's go. MOUZ couldn't believe it.
Get out. And look at the money. G2 may have carved... Look, we see T-sided games, so we see 7-5 halves pretty often, but with how the rounds have gone, this could and maybe should have been a dominant game, dominant half for G2. At this point, 6-6 ain't that bad.
I think that's what's been feeling stressful for G2, though, is how winnable some of their other games even here at EPL have felt, right?
The Mongols...
Yeah, and now here in this one, it's like they're doing 90% of the round well.
Yeah.
It's the final 10% that's been letting them down. They've already lost MOUZ to open up this round versus the low buy. Oh God, another one. Torshi up close. Drive by on the 5-7.
Pop, pop.
They will get past Jimmy, but now Torshi, look at the gun he's ended up with. His weapon of choice. Hunter going to try and come in, but Torshi just one step ahead, is reading this round like a book. Now scoped on the last man. Snacks will find the kill, but that's the beginning of a long road in this 1v4. They're wrapping him in bottom and mid. 2 players in the site in front of him. And they've got the spot. They saw him on the short side. Snacks walking in. Gonna try and clear out the pit, but on the line is Brolin. The captain's clash. Brolin wins it out, and MOUZ lock in a 7-5 CT half on G2's pick of Inferno.
They're looking flustered, Harry. It must be time for a tactical timeout.
Yeah, it's time for a quick reset and a refuel.
Well, that's saucy.
That's creamy. Hey, did somebody call me?
No.
Give me some of that.
And one more fucking thing. Please take all the good plays you did on T side and repeat them in your head now. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't care what happened else. Only this. All the good plays.
Let's go, boys! And for you, Hunter, I guess, you know, remember the good old times.
Remember the good plays you have made.
You think about the CT side, you need to do some calling for us on this one.
Yeah, bro, time management, a big issue for G2 in that first half. 3 rounds lost to time directly, but in a way, 5 rounds lost, because 2 of them ended up breaking the money of this G2 squad, and it's dug them a bit of a hole. To think that, you know, if those rounds had shaped up differently, this could have been 10-2 in their favor.
They lost more gun rounds to time than they did to
Guns.
guns. So
Time rounds.
Guns don't kill people, time does. Here it is, flash out into top mid. Hunter on the line. They're already past him. This is a rip-roaring pace as Hunter tries to level up. Third kill in the game so far. They wrap him around on the arch side. He is forced off the angle, but still, he's taken his one. 5v4 for G2. Hunter goes fishing for a little bit more. And that's when he finds his door out the round.
Yeah,
Bomb now planted.
Great position here. Sure, Heavy God's in apps, but they know about him and they've done a lot of damage. So this retake is going to be a difficult round for G2. 4 on 4, 3 from the B side, and no one peeking. All heads tucked. The danger is if G2 gain too much space, but there's a bit of info being gathered. Brolin keeping them at bay, and G2 running out of time. That smoke goes in for the pit. They've got to isolate the site kills right here, but MOUZ just aren't giving them a clean headshot. Heavy God pops his head out, but it's still out of time. There's no kit. There's no chance. Back of the site, and Torchy's put it to bed.
That's twice for Torchy from that exact position. Now once on each half.
we got a name for it now.
They're doing the Torchy.
He's in Torji.
G2 may be giving us content, but MOUZ are giving us rounds. 8 on this second half.
You can also see it was the mirror pistol of what MOUZ did as well. You know, seems to be the trend right now, this 4B passive pistol. But MOUZ with the perfect counter, just a fast A split. Get the bomb site. Well played in the after plant, and another pistol round for them.
Force up for G2. They won this last time after MOUZ took first pistol round.
Yeah, but this time it's looking like just the call itself is going to deliver the round for MOUZ. Apps pop and the 2A players are long.
Apps pop on anti-eco. Is that more of the anti-meta calling as well? Try to keep them guessing. Going into apartments against low economy is a high-risk move. It cost G2 the last round of the half.
I mean, it is on one side. On the other side, you look at the buy that MOUZ themselves have. There's a couple of Mag 10s in there. You know, it's not necessarily an issue as long as you do it in force, right? I mean, if they're there, then let's just have the fight and let's make sure we win the fight if they're there. If not, then, you know, the call itself should work out.
It's a good save for G2. They get to play one more. But MOUZ are just edging closer to a clean victory on this first map.
And it's a little bit for G2 also really playing the long game for this half, right? Because, okay, you lose this round, everyone saves, but even if you lose the next round, maybe a couple of guys save their armor, save something, so you're already starting to sort of build that economy, because it's going to be a long half if they're going to come back and win or take it into OT. Call timeout here. I guess maybe I'm not really too happy with how things went in this one. I mean, it's just it's not the same. It's not the same round because the T's have more utility, right? And you don't want to necessarily overbuy, but maybe you feel like you can take a bigger risk in this one.
Yeah, well, because I saw Snacks put some money in, I think just for nades. And so I wonder if there's a play being orchestrated right now on this type of, you know, saved force from the last round. Let's see what Taz cooked up. They don't start anyone extra Bs, so no aggression there. Just nades down through Banana. It's a pretty standard opening. 3-2 split between A and B.
MOUZ aren't sitting idly by, they're getting their util in. Looks like they want to pop through the smoke. Hunter anti-flash ready to receive, and he gets 2 kills. His teammates on shore don't even need to help. Hunter can get an upgrade or a side grade, if you will. And the D connects as Jimmy gets stuck in the smoke, hit by it. 2v5 now. Feels as good as done. They read the mid pop. MOUZ just wants to make it clean. He could grab an AK here, or a Khalil rather. Won't give up the kill. G2 on their way to a 6th. Looking to do it clean.
Could Torshi make this weird?
Maybe. He can't move, really. Like, Heavy God's on a great off angle. Might just be the save for MOUZ. If anything, just knowing we don't want to give them these rifles. They've got SMGs in mid, but why give them the AK?
Yeah, this save is fine. The rest of the players have enough money to buy rifles, buy utility, so no need to throw this money away in terms of equipment. You only get 1,400 after the loss. And G2 one more time, managing to win the force buy. Seemed really ready for that pop. Hunter just playing anti-flash. m0NESY was short. Even Heavy God was sort of leaning towards short, watching apps.
It doesn't really come with the benefit of winning the force buy like you win it in round 2, because MOUZ saved 5 in the previous. They've still got a 4 buy here. The G2 Taz timeout results in a round win, but MOUZ are not going to slow down. If anything, they're going to upgrade. No at Mac 10s, get those AKs in.
It's a sick boost for G2, but I would have liked, you know, this is, Torji does this a lot, but I would have liked Hunter to drop an AWP to m0NESY and then play with the Galil or something like that, because you have 2 MP9s and a Galil. Not the best of weaponry for this sort of a... It is a bonus round, but you're 9-6 down. You want to make sure you win this round and force them on an equal.
Back to a bit more over towards the safe side for MOUZ, though. They like it. They've been given this room in the apartments. It is one of these SMGs here. Good angle for it. See, Heavy God just posted on the other side of the apartments, waiting for them to come out. The position gets way stronger if m0NESY is taking the bulk of the attention here. It's a good crossfire between the two of them. And yeah, look, don't know which way to look as they come out through the balcony. Heavy God gets out with a double. Now the SMGs work their way in close. These crossfires working wonders for G2.
Worth noting that flash did nothing to Heavy God. It went over the roof, but he was just a little bit further back on that balcony. So that's why you see some teams throw it over the sight wall. It's a nice kill. But Heavy God completely undisturbed by that util.
That feels like a little bit of an anti-strat setup from G2, right? Because Heavy God also had a smoke. I mean, it's almost only 1 minute left. He doesn't use the smoke for apps as an apps player. That's a little bit strange. And then m0NESY playing so defensive in the site, but I think they maybe saw that if they don't smoke apps, MOUZ, if they're there, they would like to do this pop, and that this flash doesn't necessarily catch the player who's either in the site or on that balcony position.
Oh, off the time. Yes.
Big. And then they would have a good crossfire, so it almost felt like a trap from G2 that MOUZ walked in.
Orpa loses money after time. This early game economy that you mentioned with the full save from G2, how they've upgraded, and now doing that, this all starts to matter if this game gets longer, and it currently looks like it has legs on it. Full buy for G2 and MOUZ in a predicament.
And you know, I think the other thing it's important to remember is, like, sure, MOUZ started to run away with this game a little bit, but it's not like G2 were getting out of these rounds getting decimated. If anything, the reason why that first half sucked for G2 was they were in the better position more often than not. It was the time management for that here in this second half.
I'm not sure I'm loving this call from MOUZ to buy. I mean, yeah, sure, Torji, you know, is not in a good money situation, but what is this buy? Look at the money from G2. They're not in reset territory, so this must be them really having a call they feel will work from their preparation, and they just want it now.
Full banana send for Exertion. He actually stops at the logs. MOUZ force nades out of G2, but they don't commit. In the meantime, they walk through the mid-smoke. The timing is awkward. Hunter gets his molly in, but you don't respect the CT molly. You just don't respect it, and maybe you need to. Hunter just spraying into it. Finds his double. Pulling himself back into this match after a very slow start.
That's a really awkward way for this to open for MOUZ as well, as they go looking for that space. Exertion in a strong position, really needed to catch Hunter. That's now 3 players who have tried to knock Hunter out of this round. No one's managed it yet. Hunter stays alive.
Exertion, the star of the show, the top-rated player from that final. Back in Cluj, having a bit of a slow start as well. 4 and 8. Missed a lot of shots in this game.
I mean, not much of this game has taken place over towards this B site. It's kind of wild to think about. And Exertion maybe feeling that isn't super warmed up into this map yet.
Oh, he got blind. He pre-sprayed. That gave away his position. They hard clear him. They're in the site right now. 3v5. If it was ever going to happen, it'd be the 3 rifles in position. Playing early. Snacks playing way too early. There was just no trade potential. So 5v3 for G2 has just been thrown to the
that's so
question
awkward.
of MOUZ.
The only thing they had here was the manpower. And now that's on a level playing field. MOUZ are entrenched. They're set up. Kits for everyone on G2. They have a little bit more time to work with here.
Great kill.
m0NESY makes his way and out through the coffins. Brolin playing later, tries to swing out. It's all left onto Exertion. You've been waiting for him to have his round. And there it is, double digits from the back of the quiet start of this MOUZ team. Exertion had been struggling.
Huge.
But that 1v2 coming up, 3K from him. If that brings him back into the game, especially considering the buy that MOUZ had in this round, how the economy, everything was on the line for MOUZ. This could have been G2 tying this game up at 9-all. And Exertion is just throwing that through a loop.
That death for Snacks is kind of unforgivable in that round. There's no way you can be playing that early when you know you. They're right behind you. They're in CT, but they're not there.
And there's so many things in a way. You're in a 5v3 and you still play one site, one CT, right? Where, I mean, just a smoke in CT and there's not really too much you can do. It felt like the timing was off. Snacks had a flash, but he started spamming first. Then by the time he pulled out the flash, I think that's why MOUZ doesn't peek. He's waiting for it. Brolin hits sort of the second box and stops for a millisecond, right? And that's why MOUZ started pre-firing. He heard him. He thought he was going to run into his spray, and after that, just Snacks a little bit of lack of awareness that they could go for that Ruins push, and the round just completely collapses for G2. That seemed like it was theirs to gain momentum back.
4B and MOUZ have rushed the arch side. This one, pack it up. This one's over.
I mean, Heavy God.
He needs all 5 inside of the site.
God, you know, there's a reason they picked this guy up. This is where he's got to show it. But just one from Heavy God as he's left as the sole defender of the A site. MOUZ up tempo. They break through.
Brolin T-side masterclass right there.
Bro, this is so awkward. After giving away that 5v3 in the round prior, the economic situation between these two squads has completely swapped around. It's now G2 with their money on the line, having to commit to this save. They could have been looking to tie this game up at 9-all, and instead they're left with one rifle round between them and being broken up against match point.
I think I figured out what Cyclone was saying in that timeout, you know, for the buy.
I don't think they will hunt us, or?
They can maybe, but I don't know. They're crazy.
They're crazy. I think what he was saying is, guys, we're playing G2. There's always a chance. There's always a chance.
Over enough time.
Yeah, but I really like this map would be a really nice case study, you know, for meta on Inferno, because you can see the mind games, right? I mean, there's this constant 3B or even sometimes 4B openings from the CTs, and obviously an easy way to punish that is just going fast A, but you don't want to do that too many times. It just feels unnatural in a half. What if you're wrong, then you lose a round easily, but you know, if you're right, like MOUZ has been, and we saw even some of that from G2 in the first half, look how easy you can put a round on the board.
And bro, I think that's kind of the scary thing right now for G2 is they are playing from the back, MOUZ calling from the front, have more room to make plays like that.
Oh, Brolin tanked.
Another pretty fast round. Brolin bullied to death by the util in Banana. His teammate's still here, playing behind the smokes.
They wanted to speed up, but there was a second banana molly, and then when he gets through it on 10 health, that's when MOUZ's nade connects. G2 5-on-4, but I don't think they realize they're ready to swing. 3-2-1, and MOUZ come for another kill in banana. Snacks will not survive. MOUZ just gets back in time, and they're jumping in, just looking to trade the kill. Knife out. They don't care. They just want the site, and they've got it.
Oh, even deep control. This is so well handled from Torshi, man.
Resmoke, you have a resmoke?
Okay, that's a little bit overzealous, bro.
Let him tick as well. Like,
2 kills in the round. Torshi did them all to get him into this position. Get that bomb planted.
This spot is a good spot right now for Spinks. With no one flanking, watch out. These are the closers of MOUZ.
These are the rounds that G2 have given up time and time again to let MOUZ be in this position in the map. And so finally, in a 3-on-2, they have to stick the landing. They get past cleanly. Great stuff from m0NESY. Running it down, getting them out of pool, throwing the aim off, and there's G2 finally sticking the landing on a man-up retake.
That heavy got flash as well. Kind of looks like a smoke just landing in front of banana. That's why they don't even turn from it. I think they think it's a smoke. Ruin Spinks. Can't see a thing. And G2 managed to maintain control. This was the swing kill for m0NESY. Good angle. But it did feel like Torshi could have used his grenades there after hearing m0NESY ticking the Molotov. Maybe not ready for the AWP. Haven't really had to see it. It got saved in the previous. m0NESY gonna show him what he's made of. Pushing banana, but only fires off and falls back. Rotates with the AWP as well. Still got lots of grenades on this B-bomb site. G2 not panicking. Very vocal from MOUZ in the room. Lots of ideas.
I just heard Torshi scream, flashing pool.
Yeah, they're trying to potentially beat the retake, right? Because sometimes people throw these retake nades, top banana, don't do anything. Sometimes there's also a flash and they try to clear it. So he's pre-flashing in case his teammates want to swing and catch the CTs mid-retake.
Taking it back. And Molly should signal there's no one here, but on the boost, oh, risky move for Snacks, almost punished. He's again back in CT, leaving MOUZ alone in the site. MOUZ has a Molotov. Is this even building into a B though? All this pressure on B, the whole round for MOUZ, and they go back to middle. Right as Hunter rotates, he walks it as well. He's going to commit with this one. m0NESY does have the line, but a long smoke could cut him off. Is that what's coming in? Deep on the long side, m0NESY back in the site to fight with Heavy God. The 2 top performers of G2 must perform.
Side by side, m0NESY AWP opens. Heavy God rifle looking to lock it down. And he's teed up m0NESY to be the clutch, to be that X factor. There isn't time for this for MOUZ. They go back, they grab it. m0NESY still in the site, gets cleared out. Just enough time to get that bomb planted. Oh God, MOUZ might be about to teach G2 how you operate within the confines of this clock. Spinks dead, but down in the pit, Jimmy lurks. In with the swing, and Jimmy P so close.
All good boys, let's fucking go!
Energy still high for MOUZ as they nearly grind that round out in the final few seconds.
Oh, that shot of Heavy God where he's just hands behind his head, terrified that they've just thrown that 4v2 with 10 seconds. Good hunt for MOUZ in the pre-plant. I can't believe they make it that interesting, but trade to win it. G2, stay in.
The flash from m0NESY after the first kill blinded everyone on short, bought enough time for him to reposition, for Heavy God to find a couple of kills, and ultimately for the rotators to be there quickly enough after the bomb goes down to limit the number of spots that MOUZ could play in the afterplant. Man, that one overextension from Torji in the 3v3 with a full nade kit, will it come back to haunt MOUZ?
It's a scary question. Great grenade. Oh, it's a little closer. MOUZ wasn't ready. Now it's up to Snacks. He's only got the A1S. Got to pick and choose his targets. Hunter comes in for support. Snacks nails a couple of key kills. Torshi just giving it a go right now. Flash forces him to turn, and Snacks showcases a fantastic B hold with 4 kills. It was about time.
Final timeout for MOUZ. Pressure starting to build. This has not been a game immune to mistakes.
But it has been a great game of Inferno. Like Yanko says, showcasing the meta. Some really clutch rounds.
The thing that I think is very interesting is for MOUZ, they, outside of the Torshi full belt util, they haven't really made many errors, whereas G2 have made plenty, and yet we are still in a very close competitive game that's on a knife's edge right now.
And let me tell you, Harry, G2 is always good for one aggressive gun round on CT side, Inferno per half, right? Is this the one after a timeout where they decide to send it? Heavy God still just on an MP9. Rest of the team with M4s, AWP on Monacy.
If this is a round where we see aggression, I would be tipping my hat to Snacks having the balls to call it. The money on the line.
They're a little slow, like cycling nades out of spawn, so it won't be on the B side. Not yet, at least.
Retake util in. Ooh. Aggression out of MOUZ, tries to play ahead of it, and Exertion gives MOUZ the exact fight he was hoping for. There's the trade, and they hear that nade pulled. Brolin's licking his lips.
Snacks is here, he's got a full belt. Will they disrespect it? They know he's in CT, they know there's no one probably on the site. Unless G2 started heavy in B, they have not. MOUZ have got the moves, they're gonna go through. Snacks the same, creeping through the smoke. The shot baits him through, he gets a kill. Somehow, G2 make this round a 3-on-1. It is enough.
Spam's just off the mark for Hunter. Jimmy even deep clearing the spawn. Right now, the only info he has is this one player in the ruins, but he started to piece it together, started to figure out exactly where G2 are coming from. This is not an easy clutch for Jimmy. He has to constantly keep his wits about him that at any moment, Hunter could have pulled the trigger on this backstab, and the spam is what ends it. Jimmy never even gets to play. G2 tie this game up at 11-all.
Keep going, boys, Jack, keep going.
Unbelievable. The sneaky Snacks smoke push in CT. After MOUZ gets caught by the same thing at Banana. And Hunter has really recovered. He had, what, 2 or 3 kills in that first half. He's had high impact all CT side.
Yeah, he had 2 kills heading into the second half.
Listen to me. We need to fucking play vanilla game, like vanilla default.
Yeah, just means why have that little smirk, Harry?
No, it's
Please don't do nothing too crazy at the start.
It always sounds like Kaz is trolling to me.
It's the whispering, bro. It's the whispering that gets me.
But he's saying that because he understands MOUZ is doing a lot of early stuff together, so we can't do these risks with 3B, 4B. Let's just play vanilla default, see what they want to do, puzzle the round together and react.
Well, they called for something more passive. They were right. The plays come to them. Tech9's cut down in top middle. Potential for things to get awkward out here on long. Monacy and Hunter were caught together, but in comes Snacks to save the day. Peeling players out of the round. Snacks with the double, and G2 pull up the first team to hit map point.
Sure, Monacy's had some very important moments in this game. Snacks and Hunter CT side has actually been the clutch factor for G2 in closing these rounds. Hunter on his long side, never giving up a kill. Often back in B in time to get kills on rotation. The smoke spams. Gets his double on long here as well. G2 map point, their pick. They were down, they were out, they're back in.
Snacks and MOUZ highest util damage in the server. The 2B players putting the hurt on MOUZ whenever they look for this control. And this time, G2 actually want to fight deep. Banana. MOUZ haven't had to contest with this yet, but the flashes blind MOUZ. Hunter hangs around. They start 3B. Hunter wants to fight this. Hunter's going for the swing. Wild move, a lot of damage, but Spinks will find him. Smoke spam comes up, trumps for MOUZ. And a 4-on-3 eases into this T side as they pump the brakes.
Yeah, they wanted to go mid. That block is really nice from Monacy. Still going to hold on to mid control. Snacks. There's nothing to stop them on a B push. He's going to get aggressive. Heavy God does the same. Double up in middle. Orb catches it. It's a deagle. Monacy spams it through the smoke. And Spinks will drop in, but he hasn't got that bomb. Does he want to go all the way around? Monacy's already taken this space. This timing for Spinks is not as good as he thinks. Unless he goes back. This shadow advantage for Monacy should net him the kill. every day of the week. G2 sit in reach of taking this map, and MOUZ will close. 2 kills in middle to find 13 rounds. That's a sweaty game. Whew. G2, their pick in their pocket.
Yeah, not immune to mistakes, not immune to errors, but boy, did they make up for them. That CT side, once it got going, there was no stopping it. MOUZ are the ones that are going to have to EPL. 2 wins in seasons 18 and 19, missing out on 20. And the change of Brolin taking over the ship. The first trophy he picked up with this team was that ESL Pro League, or one of. And straight down the vents they go. They've dodged this upper stack. They managed to get down lower. Heavy God already on the rotate. G2 start moving players around to try and deal with this. But that dink is going to slow this retake down a lot. There's still players in the back line as well that G2 don't know about.
This is a crazy late lurk. The Spinks, he's not even going to take a kill. He's just going to walk behind them and try and stop them on this retake. You can't die now, though. Got to buy a bit of time exertion, falling back into the site. Spinks is going to be too late. G2 will be in the site before he's ready to play, so you've got to hold strong. Torchy with a kill. MOUZ follows up. There's that backstab for Spinks, and now G2 know they must move forward into more guns. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. Snacks is about to fall, and MOUZ will take that pistol. This first half is so important. MOUZ's best half is the T side. G2's it is the defense.
And it was a very close affair, obviously, on Inferno. A little bit of nerves from both teams, but I think it will end up being one of those series where teams just win their map picks and we do go to a third. And for MOUZ, they lost a couple of these anti-force buy rounds on Inferno, actually on both halves, so really need a clean conversion in this one.
Ooh, Scout starts. Oh, if he shot there, could have had a little bit more. MOUZ gets overwhelmed, and yeah, MOUZ seem like they're finally going to convert their first pistol. Or am I speaking too soon? Good timing. Oh. Not winning this round, though, G2.
Well,
Right?
MOUZ Scout, right place, right time. Kill comes through for MOUZ. Can he find any more? That's the big question. They managed to get past him. That bomb is going down the vents.
Nice. I'd run away from MOUZ too.
This could still get weird. Jimmy is going to get caught back turn. Snacks wrapping the lobby. Vent also isn't controlled yet, so that option of fast rotate lower is there.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening. Waited a bit too long here. No kit. Trying to find better guns? Yeah.
Oh, they won't get out with both the Galils.
AK tempting, but that bomb radius very big. Honestly, we'll have to go back in.
I mean, kind of crazy that they don't even try to poke their head in. You know, the bomb was only just planted. Snacks, sure, he got the kill from door, but before that he was last seen under heaven, so you imagine one of the two players will be worried about Ram before that kill comes in. And sure, if someone is holding vents and one of your players dies, okay, then the other guy can just go for the save. But G2 playing it ultra safe, and MOUZ did get an AK out of it, so could still be worth.
Yeah, it leaves you having to focus up on this round a little bit. This is far from a freebie for MOUZ, even if it is that AK is kind of the big ticket item to cause chaos. This also puts some pressure on MOUZ to stay mobile.
Doesn't spam either. He doesn't want them to know exactly where this AK is. Keep him guessing. His exertion solo sells this B play. MOUZ doesn't believe it. If he repushes, which he is, he's getting a lot of information to watch your ramp, watch your top site. Exertion gets the AK lost in hell. Heavy God probably moving to go pick it up. He might get caught in the open just about, but the timing doing him no favors now. MOUZ sneak into ramp. Heavy God can't find the gun. Oh dear, I bet J-Raz could. It's probably in the lockers. And no problem for MOUZ. 5 alive.
I don't know how he couldn't find it.
Found the AK. Where was it? Middle of lockers?
It was just on Monacy's body, exactly where he died in lockers.
They just couldn't get to it. Yeah, I think that facial expression from Exertion is due to the shot he hit on Monacy.
It sounded gnarly.
Oh,
First bullet on the tap.
Oh.
And then he did the same thing to MOUZ as well.
And Exertion is a guy who has a lot of potential. I mean, just struggling sometimes to find that consistency. Had a great final inclusion. You're hoping for MOUZ he can keep it up, because that would definitely go a long way into making them a contender with this lineup.
Is it the on-the-fly wall, the second wall coming out? MOUZ do throw it after the wide one gets ready to expire. G2 is wasting their smokes on this wall, but there's 2 lanes of smoke. Going to be able to cross down Secret. Spinks, opening kill, gets main control. Monacy trying to stop him, but Spinks is gaining space, and the threat of different positions pushes Monacy back to ramp. Spinks goes heaven side. MOUZ can set up for an A split right now. They've got all the room in the world. There are only 2 players who could even contain this. It's a good info play for G2, but just tells them what they already know. Lobby is clear, and MOUZ are outside.
I like this play from Jimmy too. He's the lobby guy and he's outside with the rest of the team. You know, you don't always have to hold it, especially if the call is to go yard overwhelmingly. You just have an extra guy to take care of the split from outside.
Might even be a save, to be honest.
Yeah, you're very locked out of here. So maybe back to the drawing board for G2.
It's a good call. They have no kit, they have no nades. They realized they were just getting out-positioned in that round after losing MOUZ. A lot of pressure on MOUZ in this game if he's going to be that outside player. Fighting towards main, looking to stop these outside takes. And he had a pretty poor performance in the last map relative to the impactful players on his team. See all by the way, Brolin's dropped it. Can they grab it back? That's a new goal for G2. Run.
I think that's a very interesting sort of conversation in general, because you have guys like, okay, Nico and his longevity, but, you know, players like Rain, Electronic, some of these names that have been around for a long time in terms of star riflers that are sort of starting to drop off just a tiny bit perhaps, and who are going to be the stars of the next generation in that position. Obviously Donk is in a league of his own, but you have guys like Exertion, like MOUZ, you know, JL/Shima. I mean, Bit has a slightly different role. You know, he falls into the next generation of like Props with him and Jimmy, and you know, which of these guys will be able to actually step up and get to that level, and which will sort of get lost a little bit in that whole process.
Any bold predictions from you? Is it impossible to tell?
I mean, it is difficult to tell. I feel like Exertion really has it. I feel like he has the correct approach, the correct mindset. He doesn't seem to tilt too much, and he doesn't play scared.
You also, you know, like even from times where you've spoke to him on the cast, in interviews, very, very knowledgeable and very, very good at putting that knowledge across succinctly, which I think is like a bit of a hallmark for these super active players. He's out in the yard this time, joined up with his captain. Brolin plays around through the smoke. Meanwhile, Exertion responsible for Secret. Brolin's even going to catch Heavy God out in garage. Oh, that's weird. That's interesting. And the kill feed here, MOUZ might expect another man out in the yard. Exertion still floating around there. He actually gets snacks coming up the vent. And well, that's gone kind of horribly for G2. An unfortunate lineup. Hell of an opening from Brolin. Monacy left saving this AWP.
I wonder if Heavy God even got that spot, because he was clearing it knowing Brolin could do that move through the smoke, but I couldn't tell if he knew for sure that a player had gotten past. Either way, it's a beautiful shot for Brolin. First bullet headshot. Monacy right now just fighting for his life. How much do MOUZ want to dedicate their economy to chasing this gun? Oh, they don't need to. 2 kills for m0NESY, and the exit is found. Torshi's been given an AWP.
No one allowed to die till 1:30.
That's my favorite face it call, Harry, in pugs. You
Just
know?
live.
Shame though.
When
no
we
one-
struggle, I say, guys, how about we don't die for the first 30 seconds? But
It's such a hard call to do.
I understand. Yeah, I understand Hunter, but in this particular situation, his teammates are not pushing the envelope, right? I mean, they're just there's the space around their zone is being taken. What are they going to do? Not fight? So Yard has been the problem, obviously, early on for G2, and it feels like going full-on aggressive next round would be a little bit perhaps obvious and expected. MOUZ might even do an A-pop next round to counter that. Or to be honest, they'll probably just keep playing the same until G2 can stop it.
MOUZ has started B. Again, we have this lurk down for exertion, so that's going to be a head-to-head as MOUZ set up for an A-pop. If they do go A, it's into the Snacks auto shotgun. Famed.
I've heard tales of Snacks' auto shotgun on B Mirage.
Oh,
The Navi game.
It's a big 3-piece.
Guys been there for that?
Yeah. Iconic.
That's probably why.
They will avoid it for now.
I'm worried he never gets to fire a bullet. Exertion already in the mouth is secret. Even then, he's like waiting to try and fight players. Only just making his way down towards lower now, kind of teetering between the two, keeping options open.
It is the ace.
Okay, they are going to go into the auto shotgun after all. Or wait, secret option C. No, they are. Here we go. Snags. This is the dream fight on the auto shotgun. You don't get a better fight than this. Ooh, it's gone a little bit weird.
Seconds.
That's a strong nade. Softened up as they make their way in through the door. Auto shotgun in the hut. A second player now moves in to join him. Honestly, dead up in the heavens. They're trying to aggro onto the hut man. And they will find Brolin. MOUZ backstab in. Jimmy and Exertion split up. Exertion coming in too late. There shouldn't be time for this. 3 seconds left. And Heavy God sitting back at ramp collects the round for G2.
Oh, all the kills. They just couldn't find the A-site anchors. They couldn't find the guys they were looking for. Expecting backside. Torch even clipped the Heaven player, but G2 are hiding 2 in the hut. MOUZ started lower. He comes up vent with great timing that MOUZ don't believe.
A little bit of an overcook from MOUZ there, you know, after taking ramp, you don't want to run into the B stack, but it's hard to go back to A. You had no really wraparound from Yard, and your players can be in so many spots. You don't really have utility to clear them.
Honestly, lucky to be alive there. He just peeled away as the boost came in. Oh, reload is a death sentence in this position for MOUZ. He's got a bit of cover though. Odyssey, got to hit the counter strafe. He's so fast with it. MOUZ follows up as they run into the double setup. This round peters out before it even begins.
That's a lovely little bait and switch between MOUZ and m0NESY. MOUZ smoke spamming. Trying to bait the push from up close. They go right into the m0NESY AWP. 5-on-3 turns 4-on-3 as Snacks is offered up. It's very important for G2 if they do want to stabilize this CT half that they don't give anything else away in this round. They've gone very passive out in the yard. m0NESY on this one tight angle, and MOUZ watching from main. That's the info. That's all they have.
Torshi loves this boost. But no one is willing to give up a kill outside. m0NESY is committed to support A. The MOUZ just take the space. Got to cross past MOUZ again. Shadow advantage once more. MOUZ, AK, gonna get a warning. Gets his spray off. Nice double up. The AWP trades, but 20 seconds and the site is covered. Torshi knows this one is unrealistic. Can't hit this shot. But that doesn't even tempt him into the upper side. 10 seconds he saves.
It's a good save though. Nearly 8 grand in the bank.
Yeah.
He's not too far off being able to drop 3 guns into play in the future, so it's a good save for Torshi. But G2, they're the ones picking up the round.
I think this is where you see Cyclone with his first time out too.
And you called it. Then it popped.
Yeah, I mean, just losing to half by a little bit, overcooking it, and this round, just the game, the plan not really working. You were thinking there's going to be an adjustment from, well, MOUZ really. I mean, he's been in A main pretty much every round, so you're trying to catch them off guard. You thought someone was going to go secret maybe, and you go for the A split through main. So now you need to make adjustments of your own. G2 managing to stabilize. Got all the guns, the utility, Snacks with an MP9 for the A bomb side. Torji still has that AWP, obviously, so we'll see is the plan for the round around him a little bit, perhaps setting him up for a aggressive peak early on.
And it feels like we're nearing that point where maybe MOUZ might want to try something faster A when they lose this AWP. I want to see them force G2 to commit to this upper hold. For now, though, that AWP is in play on Torshi. He's just floating around up on T roof with it, lining up some topside util.
Faking yard, they are going A, it looks like. Xerxes gets in secret. But it's a double layer of lurks. Brolin outside behind the main. And MOUZ poison lobby.
G2 swaps out, sends Heavy God B, Monacy takes ramp with the AWP, but they still have 3 players on this A bomb side. It's going to be an A split coming in from MOUZ.
Brolin flashed into main, catches one up close, MOUZ off it up for free. Snacks also dead. This A hold crumbles. Good timing on the push in through main. They're ready for the Monacy AWP up in heaven as well. That's a lot of info even just from that swing.
Couldn't be better, just perfect trades.
G2, it's back to the drawing board, man.
What was MOUZ's position? Just stuck in front of the vent.
I mean,
there.
the
That
flash wrecked him,
yeah,
to be fair.
Really uncomfortable spot to be in. Monacy might open up intrigue in this 2v2. Heavy God's upper. Again, no kit. There must be one down somewhere. Well, they wouldn't even be interested. Kills aren't coming to them. Monacy swaps off Torsi. Missed shot. Oh dear, he gets clipped on the side. Jimmy in the hut doesn't need to play yet. They still don't have that kit. They still don't have a chance unless they get on the bomb right now, and Jimmy denies it. Monacy kit picked up, but no chance to win the round. It's going to be MOUZ closing it with 6.
Oh, now you made it very expensive as well. Enough intrigue to get G2 fishing with those 2 saving players. And all the guns knocked out of play for G2.
So worth it for MOUZ just to break the money like that. G2 could have saved a couple of guns, had a really nice buy here. Instead, they're going to piece together something. Maybe a half. They don't have the rounds to play with, though.
That really sucks for G2 because you could tell that they had a chance to win the round, but if you don't, it's really punishing for your economy. And maybe it feels like MOUZ also has a good idea of how G2 reacts to things or how they rotate on their CT side. You know, knowing that if they don't have information, that's when Monacy probably takes ramp for the B player, who is the rotator down to secret. So that opens them up to this A split. And G2 go for the force buy.
This is crazy.
Perhaps feeling like
You need the round.
being down 7-2, right, is too much, and everyone died on the side of MOUZ too. So if you win this round, perhaps you can get one for free too.
It's the risk reward here for G2 in round number 9.
Hunter.
There's the risk, and there's the reward.
Well, in his defense, it's 130 as of right now, so he nearly nailed it.
Obviously, it doesn't count for the guy who calls it.
No, never.
He's got the play in mind.
Oh, they've actually followed through on his aggression.
Oh,
Hunter was but phase 1 in a 3-step process for G2. Send him into his death, then commit with the rest of the push.
Oh my god.
They are
so
right
close.
behind MOUZ.
That's the bomb lost.
Torshi gonna get cut down here. That's the bomb dropped and away from MOUZ. Backstab strikes. MOUZ left fighting back for it. Spinks has been able to retrieve the bomb. They can suck a bit of pace out of the round now. 2-on-4.
Roland wants an AK. There's nothing to find.
But all they have is this ramp room. G2 were very committed to that lobby push and holding on to hell. They're having to scramble bodies down lower now. They will get there in time.
They beat MOUZ there, most importantly, so they can swing a door on contact. They can play window on timing. It's up to them, really, how they want to play this. Do they wait for MOUZ to make the mistake? It seems like it. Honestly, calling, he's going first with that rifle. Backside control, smoke to plant inside with 20 seconds. There's the deny from Snax. Door shut in the face, leaves Spinks in an unwinnable round. He can get all the kills he wants. They will not throw this one away. G2 coming in on that ramp flank. Spinks knows he's been pressured to plant or push, and he goes for either. Neither connects.
Man, MOUZ has struggled in some of these rounds where they get a man advantage and they just rush things. I mean, that was even the final round of Inferno. They had an opportunity to take it into overtime. Here, Jimmy gets a kill almost immediately. You can look, see it here. It's 1-5 on the clock, but the push door came at 1:15 left in the round. You know, why not leave one player on the lurk to sort of punish something like that? You know their buy isn't going to be great. You have a man advantage there. The pressure is on them to make a play. Just a little bit more patience.
Oh, he didn't. Why didn't he drop?
Could they make up for this now? The Tech-9s find the opener out through ramp. MOUZ dropped down. HeavyGod could have escaped. Chose to stuck around and fight this. Is that a decision G2 might live to regret? Snax left brawling. Shot in the side of the head. It's only MONacy. 1v2 as he drops in a lower. He's going to have to swing. Plays through the smoke. Right behind them. They MONacy! They're the rounds he's supposed to bring, G2!
Where did that come from? Just slips through the smoke. Open door. A window of opportunity for MONacy. And G2 win a round they should never. I mean, it shouldn't have even gotten to that. HeavyGod, chance to leave, decides against it, hesitation, gives him a gun. I love the micro move for Jimmy here. He tucked in window, so they came and cleared it. They saw no one, then they relax and he runs at them. MONacy looking to still draw on the half. The risky buy that G2 went for on that lobby push has paid off. They've finally broken MOUZ's money. That was MOUZ tasked with the same question. They forced bought with pistols. Now it's Eco.
Absolutely saved G2 with that round, and these last couple of rounds very reminiscent of the string that G2 had on Inferno, right? Where it felt like maybe the game was slipping away from them with losing a few consecutive rounds with an advantage. So now an opportunity to perhaps even close it with 2.
Yeah, I mean, the idea they could go on to level out this half feels insane to me when you think about the start that MOUZ had. 5-0 up. Sure, G2 got on the board kind of early with 2 back of their own. But MOUZ, they certainly had their chances to win this T-side hard. And that's now gotten away from them. They're hoping for a 7-5 on the half. Lots of damage done in this round. Torshi down low, Spinks. Alongside him, they were hoping for a bomb plant at best. And even that, wishful thinking. It's a good trade out of Spinks. Does well there, mid-air on the jump. Ooh, he going for a little bit more. They are keen on fighting him. Oh, they're giving him chances. But there's the backstab to seal the deal. MONacy, safe pair of hands, keeps that round in check for G2. Now it's a 1-round game. When Inferno started closing up like this, it was enough for G2 to find their second wind. Come back and win that game. 6 on the half for both squads feels like a huge missed opportunity for MOUZ.
And that was the story of the last game. Could it be the same on Nuke? Last round, G2, oh my god, they throw the pace change right at them. The double ramp push comes in as well. HeavyGod needs to find one more to make this even, but no. Exertion picking MONacy and shutting down the half like that. MOUZ will take it. A gift given to them in their final round of play on the T side nets them yet again a winning half.
Promise me that we'd be okay. All of your lies I was believing. You were there most of the time, but that was never good enough for me. Had me going out of my mind, had me going round like crazy. But I gotta end this way. Why is there always a struggle for you to let me go? You got me like crazy. Like you were always right and I was always wrong. Crazy. Baby, where did our love go? Crazy. But you love me in a picture. Like you were always right and I was always wrong. Crazy. You're carrying attention. Where did our love go? You would always bring my fall. You were meant to be here forever. Remember when we used to have it all? We were so good together. Why can't we both feel the same way? Why do I need to explain? You were there most of the time, but that was never good enough for me. Had me going out of my mind, had me going round like crazy. But I gotta end this way. Why is there always a struggle for you to let me go? You got me like crazy. Like you were always right and I was always wrong. Crazy. Baby, where did our love go? Crazy. But you love me in a picture. Like you were always right and I was always wrong. Crazy. You're carrying attention. Where did our love go? Crazy. But you love me in a picture. I used to need your care and attention. Crazy. But you love me in affection. I used to need your care and attention. Crazy. But you love me in
He's got a point! Look out, he's got a point!
You know, it's not OG pepperoni, which
I
would
wouldn't
be like
take it on
10
a soup with onion. Ew.
Yeah, exactly. You see? But if you're hungry, you will eat it. And that's exactly what I
really.
will do today with this score. 5 rounds, I take it.
Alright.
Snacks and Taz running it back. Taz always coming through with some great advice. Love that from him.
I'd eat it.
He'd eat it. He'd eat a 5-7. And that's kind of, they had no choice in the matter. That is the score. They've been able to turn it around. That was from the 5-0 start for MOUZ.
True.
When you look at it through that lens, G2 have done an acceptable job of stabilizing in that first half.
The last rounds is like the extra jalapenos. You know, you regret it the next day, but it was you know, they tried. Bit of flavor. Running through the lobby on their last CT buy round. G2 still have a chance here. It's MOUZ's map pick. G2 have Ancient to rely on if things go wrong here. And MOUZ move to the defense. We have a crawl outside, similar looking. G2 send it all the way around. MOUZ are doing this all T side, getting that heaven control.
Oh, I hear Torshi screaming that Secret's dead and that he's pushing up, trying to close the net. It's a 2-2 split between Garage and Heaven right now. G2 might be jacks of all trades, but their masters are none in this pistol. Trying to collapse on the players down in Heaven. Did Brolin not realize? They've climbed up past him. Awkward way for the captain to fall.
Spinks has been here all round, literally all round. The smoke faded and he didn't move. They crossed before. Now he has vision. He's waiting patiently to get given something. He receives a headshot instead. They fly out Heaven. Insertion backside doesn't hit a single bullet with those dual Berettas. Unlosable. Heaven control and a post plant. That's G2.
It's a very good start to the second half.
And their first pistol in the series.
And good patience from them in this round, even after Snacks dying, and you know there's pressure there from Torji moving up Secret to still hold their positions, find a couple of kills back, execute the A split. Nice awareness from Heavy God. Checking Spinks' position. G2 win the pistol, but it's the second round.
Yeah, these are the ones that get you.
Probably the most important round in Counter-Strike. Not probably, I think definitely the most important one. If your opponent's force buy.
Jimmy saved armor with 0 kills so he can buy a FAMAS. That's economy right there.
He better be ready to pop off with the FAMAS though.
2 MP5s.
Double MP5. Oh, I never thought I'd see the day. G2 almost deserved to lose this
Heavy God
round.
likes him. He's infected Monacy with this.
Do they have better armor pen? Is that the thing with MP5?
I don't know. I'm gonna say sure. The spray is like an MP7.
Yeah, to me, there's 2 SMGs in this game.
Yeah.
1 on each side. You know, MAC-10, MP9. And then there's some other guns that no one really uses.
Yeah.
Snacks has got the right idea.
MP7 is good for range, but I don't know how the MP5 even compares.
This new generation, man. Look at them using the MP5 SD.
Let's see. We'll allow it if it works here. This is for all MP5 SD users. Oh my god.
Oh, it's off to a horrible start. Torshi hates the MP5.
Oh, it's good though.
Honestly, though, he likes it. Brolin dead in lobby. As the MP5 collects 1. Exertion with the MP9. Swinging it wide is dealt with by Heavy God. MOUZ eyes on heaven. The MP5s do it. G2 stick the landing on the conversion.
Yeah, Heavy God swapped off at the first chance, but Monacy got his 2, and that's all that matters. G2 convert against the force buy, and the most important round picked up, putting MOUZ on an eco. It was a nice shot for Torshi, a nice try for MOUZ, who surrounded the A site, but G2 got their space, guns up, no mistakes.
Also a much cleaner finish compared to some of the rounds on Inferno, right? Taking some space, using the smokes for Garage for Unbreakable and going for that A split. Very nice from G2.
This is where I feel bad. Look, Snacks is the one that ends up with it.
I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. You know, he should have the MP5 in this round. I want Monacy on the rifle. In fact, the fact that you haven't given Monacy the AK is a mistake. Should always be on the better gun. I think that's kind of underdone by teams. There were rounds last map when Monacy had a Galil, Snacks had an A4. I think if, like, unless you're a really high fragging in-game leader, you should always be setting up your stars with the better guns. It's a micro detail, but it makes all the difference.
We'll check Snacks out.
It's a crazy lurk.
Just under a minute left, and he's about to emerge out ramp.
But the hell?
Oh, wait, they just left it. He's going to catch Jimmy. Ramp's open, boys. Snacks on the MP5 has done it.
He needed the silencer to do that. You got to be, you know, if you're going to be sneaky, you got to have the silencer. It just fits the profile.
And that should be the round. That's enough. Snacks did it. One-man army. MOUZ have been one guy. Oh, MOUZ break down through you.
Just opening
it's
the
not your
door.
thing. Just shoot him.
He's opening the door. Hey, Monacy shows us how it's
Monacy's like, here you go. Here you go, little bro. Let me show you how to throw that nade.
Oh, good wrap round though. Won't get backstab, or crossfired rather. Backstab for Snacks.
Hell didn't have years of experience with the spray pattern on that one.
Yeah.
Little bit tenuous, but it will get locked in for Snacks.
5 up. Do they upgrade
Lead
the
now
MP5?
taken for G2. They are in the winning position, but rounds away from moving into the semis. MOUZ come through with their first buy on this CT side. It's got an AWP for Torshi. All the trimmings. One big missing piece is the lack of kit. Something that could come back to haunt them in the long run, but some concessions have to be made in this round for MOUZ.
Cool smoke. Is that Garage? One of the wall smokes.
Oh, this is up tempo. This is quick. m0NESY leads the charge. The nades reckon, but m0NESY comes in with the opener. Exploding out through the hut. Brolin looks to put a stop to this. That's clean. And Snacks, last thing they hear is his body hitting the floor in the vents. MOUZ. First rifle round, they stick the landing. They stop the fast top site hit.
Yeah, why was the hut play so delayed there, right? They get m0NESY outdoor, but the hut player's waited a second, I guess waiting for info from him. And I think they believe the hut player is on Tetris, so they're all running at hut looking for Spinks. It's Brolin who puts on a multi-kill. Excellent wallbang through the floor. Spinks did die in the molly as well at the end, but it's okay. MOUZ keep 3 up, they keep the AWP.
Seems like Torshi got the first player hut blind, and that sort of really messed up the timings for the hit from G2.
An opportunity for MOUZ to break G2's money alike for G2. This round going to propel either roster to double digits. Oh, Heavy God sneaks in. 5v4 for MOUZ. Can m0NESY do the same?
Bro, Torshi is so communicative. You can hear him at all times in the round. He's let Jimmy know that he wanted to move around and help out over at ramp. He will get here on the AWP, but m0NESY's already opened up the runway. Snacks dead over towards main. It's just m0NESY left standing. 30 seconds left to work with, and they've entirely peeled off all these angles. They don't want to allow m0NESY any sort of runway here into this clutch. Now, he's already thrown the AWP away. That means he's going to give this a go. Walking in towards lower. m0NESY going hunting. Noises to be made. Spinks playing a deny. Door swung open, and m0NESY might have had the read. Spinks is the one still standing when all is said and done.
It's a good move. That was his only way to win the round. He had to get Spinks kill quick so he could instantly plant before MOUZ had rotation. But yeah, doesn't grab the kill. Spinks holds on with the door open, and MOUZ do break G2's money right there. Takes him a couple of gun rounds, but now MOUZ with the opportunity to start picking up steam on their map pick.
I just love seeing, you know, these players think of every single little detail. You know, m0NESY knows that as soon as he throws that smoke, if a player is there, they'll try to open the door. So he's throwing it to get that kill and then plant. But Spinks just faster on the trigger.
Not much behind this. A couple of kills would be miraculous. The flash is so good though. Spinks comes in to sweep, and he puts him down. 4 kills with the broom outside. We're up to 10 for MOUZ. Here's G2's buy.
Yeah, it's been a little hiatus from the success for G2, right? They're winning the pistol, sticking the landing in the conversions. Things got off to a good start, but they lose that first rifle round. They lose the follow-up. This is the buy they've been waiting for the last 3 rounds. One of their only few chances left to keep Nuke going and have a chance to move into those semis on the back of a 2-0. I think this is one of the problems with MOUZ, though. They're a very annoying team to play up against on this CT half. You have guys like Exertion who don't mind being a bit more aggressive. Spinks as well has been all over the map. You've not known where you're going to face Spinks. This time he starts lower, traversing up towards Secret, trying to lend Exertion a helping hand. Snacks tactically pretended he didn't know where he was getting shot from. Makes him way harder to hit. Spinks, though, will creep out through Secret. And Snacks has missed this timing.
Gets out as well, so he's cleared outside entirely. Might tempt G2's, yeah, going back to this position late in the round after Spinks has cleared it. They not only don't want to be flanked, they know Spinks has misinfo. He still remains vigilant. 4v4 at a minute. And G2, this is just a desperate mid-round call to try and split main contact. Spinks has another shadow advantage. He is so solid in this position, putting a multi-kill after multi-kill. Finally enough. m0NESY and Heavy got against it all.
They've just yelled at Jimmy to move over towards that A site right as Torshi collects the info out in the yard. I love that we're getting to hear all of this. It puts it in perspective just how much talking Torshi does on that AWP.
Yeah, making a lot of like micro calls, moving pieces around the map, it's calling what's clear, dead coming as well. We're hearing very vocal.
And dude, Torshi's reads have often been spot on.
Yes.
Right, this round calling for Jimmy to go A right as the bomb's moving in through main and he's getting aggressive outside. But even that round where Jimmy was ramped, Torshi said, look, if you get contact, I'm dropping heaven, I'm there, I'm helping you. And that's exactly what went down.
See how much value he's adding for sure.
Not shy on vocal players, and MOUZ not shy on individuals stepping up. Another mowdown, fast exec on this top side. Gets locked out. MOUZ does his best.
Got two there.
But now it's MOUZ with 4 to the line.
The vibe check isn't really comparable for G2. Very quiet, head in hands, no ideas really, nothing flowing, nothing landing on this T side since the pistol. Not even a timeout, Yanko.
Yeah, it's a little bit surprising. I'm pretty sure they have at least one left.
Yeah.
It's down to 12-8. Could just be the Taz likes the calls, but this is now 5th round in a row that they've lost on this T side, and it's going to be a quick one.
Oh my God,
straight out into A. Snacks, front of the pack, 4 blind on Spinks.
Sure.
Collects his 1. Exertion, though, is making the play, pushing all the way into the lobby. Now links up with the rest of his team. Malb's still floating around here. That would be a juicy kill for MOUZ to find. Malb's caught aggressing. And now they learn about Exertion. G2, they don't have info on how many players are in the lobby. This is all of MOUZ regrouped and ready for this retake. Hunter forced out by the molly. 4 blind on MOUZ. It's only Heavy God left. 1v3 and he can't stick the landing. MOUZ show up on Nuke. They take this quarterfinal the distance. G2, not without their chances, not without their triumphs, but in the end, MOUZ rise above it. This quarterfinal keeps on going.
Usually the issues prop up when it's mid to late round and it's situational Counter-Strike. You know, when it's set things that they have, the openers, and everyone knows everything is laid out really beforehand, that's going fine. You know, you guys mentioned Spinks has a great match so far. This is the map that notoriously he didn't play in Vitality, right? Vitality's permaban for ages has been ancient. So needed a few reps to get back into the swing of things. But also for MOUZ enjoyers out there, this is his best map probably, especially on the T side. Does a lot of great work. So let's see if he can end this series on a high.
I like this flash, setting up for heaven from Brolin. They go out so they can clear it. No one in position. G2 play. Triple B with Julies. What a crossfire.
You ain't getting through cave.
Yeah, don't even.
I'll tell you that much.
Well, that's fine by them. They'll go donut anyway. Psych. Back to cave. This feels like a fake right now. Don't have the real estate to take this control. The smoke traded with the molly. It's a double setup though. Exertion won't push the limits. He will go cave.
Oh, and they still don't know.
The call was 2 for Torshi.
Ooh.
He knows.
Spot in the cam. Exertion makes it all the way through red. Gets past MOUZ back in the spawn.
Uh-oh.
And that's going to open up the floodgates here for this A play. Only line of defense is Hunter. He's been spotted. Still gets out with a double. Hunter does all he can and then some. Well, that 2K be enough to keep G2 in the pistol. Planting for Donut as the gap's getting closed. Brolin can't commit to that bomb plant. Tries to tap it in. G2 applying pressure. Brolin goes fighting into the spawn. They've traded places. Brolin gets out.
See ya.
B-side plant, but G2 are already rotating.
Exertion's still got a kill. That might make it interesting. He's got to be quick on this plant, though. Monacy holding the rotate. His teammate playing the 1v1 on the big flank right now. Exertion giving it up. He's making it very clear.
Monacy should have this one locked in. And yeah, Exertion doesn't waste any time. He's trying to get around to link up with Brolin. So Monacy simply waits to collect that kill.
He can wrap cave. I thought he would. He's going to... Oh, yeah. It's hesitant. There's no wall bangs here. It's going to take a second, though. G2, no kit. They've got to get a player on. They've got to stick this with one. Heavy God's doing him. Honestly, checking everything. He missed the timing. He missed the timing. Does he go back? Or can Brolin stop this in the final few seconds? Oh, what? Oh, no! He got off anyway.
You are so fucking good, bro.
Oh, an early disaster. The first iceberg for G2 has been hit. A rough way for that pistol to close. Missed timing for m0NESY. 10-second stick left down of the wire. And Brolin's indecisiveness, something that looked like it could have got the better of him, ended up giving him the perfect window for that backstab.
Hunter called nice early, but I don't know why you would. You don't want him to pee.
That was the funniest part.
You don't want him to pee.
Exactly.
Nice is meant to make him peek when you're faking.
You want to hold your head or something in that moment, right? Like, look disappointed. Not that would have made a difference.
He was going to peek anyway, but like, what was the goal of the early nice when you're actually 10 seconds sticking? Is that like anti-meta?
So bad.
He's trying to anti-meta. He's trying to make it so obvious. I'm so confused by that. Like, he was peeking regardless, but... What?
Hey, gotta have that quick turnaround if you're G2. Pistol's over, you went for the full eco, now you have the gun round.
It's their first full eco. They've force bought every half they can, apart from the one pistol they want.
This is a good time to readjust your headset.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, obviously this is a huge quarterfinal going on right now. And what more can I say about it than that? MOUZ, they've looked good in the early couple of rounds. 2 to their name already.
Nice elbow smoke.
G2 with the buy, though. This is where they've got to strike hot.
Is that the m0NESY miss again? He missed it a couple times already in this tournament, and
that's rough.
Him. You see the missed elbow, you're going out mid. m0NESY's break on the mid smoke, Torchy shoots through it, Xerxan takes that space. This is a MOUZ round already poised. They've got G2 split down the middle.
And G2's going to try and go back, re-clear red with the A players, but it's just too quick from MOUZ on this B group.
They've been given a bit of a window to get past Xerxan. Snacks doubles up in the hold.
Nice.
Smoke's now starting to fade as well, and Xerxan never played with his timing here. They've left it till very late on. But now, however, he can stop these rotates from ever crossing back. It's a lot for Xerxan to try and carry through this round, and MOUZ with the clear.
Did he pick up a nade, and then MOUZ heard the nade picked up because he wasn't shifting, and that gave away his position, and MOUZ just swung him there. Awkward for Xerxan, who didn't make a move off of that audio cue. Oh dear.
He accidentally picked the one from m0NESY's corpse.
Yeah. That's really sold MOUZ down the river now. They can still win this round, though. There's no nades for G2. Got to get these fights in. Spinks out. Bomb needs to follow. It's a bit tenuous right now. Deep smoke comes in for Jimpat. Oh, it's way too deep. Horrible smoke. Absolutely terrible smoke.
I mean, you asked about Brolin's in-game leading, and here's another 5v4 that they sort of, in the mid-round, let crumble. I thought it was looking good, but they didn't commit to the B split, to the B hit. After Snacks finds the 2 kills. You know, Torch is going for the fight. His teammates aren't really ready. For some reason, Spinks is checking flank when his teammate is in red, and he has one player in ramp as well. Like, where can they flank you from?
Yeah, it's...
No, like they pushed A main and went up heaven behind Xerxan.
Xerxan also heard them. They weren't quiet when they snuck past him.
So maybe just struggling to organize themselves, MOUZ, in that round. But still a buy here. Torji finds another entry and onto m0NESY again. Heavy God equalizes.
He's had enough, but he doesn't get out this time. Xerxan in a great position. They're going to manually clear this with 2 players, but Hunter pulled back to throw nades, and MOUZ has already committed. They will get a trade. Right now, every team is looking messy. It's late in the night right now. Hunter holding on this A site. 2 kills, the space conceded, the plant's possible.
Scrappy, in-your-face Counter-Strike. Let's see if Spinks is up for it. Nades will maul Spinks down low. Brolin playing up close. They're trying to play this one together. forced into the Tech-9. Brolin feasts, and it's only Heavy God left. 1v2, wrapping in where his teammates just got wrecked, and he faces the same fate. Beautiful start to this game from Brolin.
Yeah, got to remember who he is at the end of the day. Maybe a new in-game leader, but when the pressure's off his shoulders in the cooling, this guy can frag. No doubt about it.
It's 2 huge rounds from him, right? Winning the pistol. That one there with the Tech-9 pushed up close. That's kind of 2 almost 1v3s from Brolin.
Look at that shadow. This game really is dominated by shadows.
Frustration from Hunter, understandable. Felt like they had that one in the bag. Big round from Brolin. And even though I'm not necessarily convinced by, you know, everything about their in-game leader situation, I do believe the future is having skilled players in the in-game leader role. You know, similar like Twists is on Liquid, because...
Thank you.
Boys, I want to compliment Ludwig a little bit. I think you came in here, Ludwig, with a really good calm tone. You also have a lot of impact. You win the pistol, you win this round.
I like Sakran's timeouts because they're always like a bullet point. They're always like a list of things that are going well. He's very good at keeping them. He doesn't like overhype it.
I mean, I saw at the end of Nuke, he kept Brolin back a moment and just had a quick word to him to one side, getting him ready for map 3.
I don't know, man. That's kind of strange to me, you know. In the mid of the game, like timeout, you're taking it out to praise a guy in front of the team. Like, is that? I guess it's to build up his confidence.
Positive reinforcement.
Maybe he just really likes a pick-me-up, you know. He ends up to fight.
Yeah, if
20 kills.
Exactly. If he keeps playing like this, almost another 3K. He deserves it.
Obviously, I don't think the entire timeout just went on glazing.
Glazing, Echo.
Let's pass it around. Let's all say one nice thing about Brolin.
Guys, your turn, yeah.
I'll tell you, never in my time did I take a timeout and say, hey, I just want everyone to acknowledge Nico did a great job this round.
Well, no, you would have burned
I'm getting
a timeout straight away.
Yeah,
3 rounds in.
Because we're always losing. All right, enough of the funny business. Back to this quarterfinal, round number 6, 4-1 for MOUZ. We really did a disservice to audio-only listeners, but we can amend that right here, right now.
Yes, we can. Out in the mid they go. MOUZ make it out. Exertion crosses.
Whoever's throwing the elbow smoke needs to stop. I think it is m0NESY, unless he dropped his smoke to someone else. He's missed it again. I'm going to start taking note every round of who's throwing it, because I've seen it miss twice in this map. It got missed last time G2 played. It can't keep happening.
Especially not because it is like a backbone of the mid-hold, one of the most important parts of the map.
And like, I don't want to say it definitely was m0NESY, but everyone else had their smoke. So either he's throwing it or someone else threw it and he gave them his smoke. I don't know which. Oh dear. G2 battered and bruised and then blown up.
Good nade, but these are the moments where MOUZ have had some issues in the past. Brolin is determined for that to not be the case. He's trapped in cave as Hunter plays his hand. Rotates is still a long way away. For now, Hunter's operating alone. That will change in a moment. MOUZ is smoked off over on short. This has to commit to this long cross. And all of this time, Hunter could have been swung. Would have been left fighting all on his lonesome. Now he has something in the way of support. Still, Hunter dead straight away. That's clinical from Spinks. They're ready for MOUZ. Over at long, he's pincered. And m0NESY is left saving that AWP. This is a runaway T-side. G2 needs solutions, and they need them quick.
They're really hunting this. Oh my god, look at this. m0NESY is in a lot of bother right now. He realizes just in time, sees the second one as well. Which side? Spinks is ready for this peek and m0NESY can't connect. I don't need. Keep the AKs playing fast and loose and MOUZ right now. They get rid of m0NESY's AWP.
I think probably what the adjustment that we'll see from G2 might be just more aggression towards B lane, toward Jaguar. They're trying to establish some control because they don't even have mid control. You know, they're probably expecting more hits on the bomb sides, but just the lack of control really is killing them at the moment.
aggressive setup at least. They climb up heaven from middle. Look at that pathing. Donk-esque for Exertion, just already up the boxes, puts them both down. That's B cleared out. They're going to run A. This is dangerous. This is where the stack started, and it hasn't moved a muscle. m0NESY nails both headshots. It's on.
I mean, this would be a very deserved timeout of praise for m0NESY if he is able to offer this up. 2 kills already. Jimmy with the swing. m0NESY's deegs are in vain. It's all Exertion. It's all Jimmy P. MOUZ 6-1 up. This is how most of the maps, or all the maps so far, have started for G2. It's been MOUZ finding some early successes, chaining rounds together. The thing that set G2 apart is they've been able to break through. No scoreline has felt incredibly safe. This time it's 6-1. This is the third and final map. This is where Taz has to lock in. Has to give some answers. The rest of G2 have to provide. That streak needs to start now for G2, because they are walking. If they lose, is hitting like a 2-for-1. MOUZ have done a great job of hunting down these guns, not allowing saves to come out. This is the round where G2 have to stake their claim to Ancient.
m0NESY's throwing the insta.
Did it look good, Hugo?
Didn't look good.
It didn't look good?
You know, there are loads of lineups, so... All right, it's not great. Yeah. It's one way to throw it.
Luckily enough, MOUZ aren't doing anything in middle. Oh yes, they are. Exertion walking it a little bit later after. MOUZ, look at the number of nades over at A. This is the overreaction from G2. 3 nade sets dropped over towards that A site, shuffled the entire defense around. Right now there is only one man at B, and that man is Snax. I'm so worried that they use Spinks to clear cave and Snax gets shot in the side of the head.
That could happen when you get this much space. You're going to call watch out cave.
It's the only place left. When Spinks is this far deep, they know he has to be close. Jimmy with the clear. Snax dealt with. Spinks rightfully so took space over towards long. He's unknown about. Sure, Heavy got the spot, but it doesn't matter. Numbers alone should decide the outcome here.
But this is I really like this call from MOUZ. As you see Braun also on the lurk, he's going to find the frag on Heavy God, and Hunter, the last player left alive in Donut, going to try to save something for the next round. But you knew that G2 was lacking control, right? So a good change of pace would have been a side hit, maybe something that Taz even mentioned. Okay, I'm going to take a timeout because they expect an adjustment, so I'm going to, you know, let's play for the sides a little bit. And then once all that utility comes, the fake execute causes an overreaction from the side of G2. Exertion gets in a really good spot. Even though he dies, Torji is there with the trade, and Snax is just completely isolated on the B bomb site. Nice little information push from Spinks. Wasn't even necessary in the end. Basically secured the route with his positioning and an extra Molotov. And MOUZ now 7-1 up. Some decisions to be made for G2. Do they go for another half buy here? Seems like it, behind Hunter's M4.
It feels worth mentioning to me that that is the first save G2 have gotten away with. That is the first guy to survive saving his gun. It was Hunter. Even though 2 players tried to get out of the round, Hunter, first guy to get through the MOUZ hunt. And I think that's been one of the big problems here. These CT rounds have been hitting like 2-for-1s. You haven't been able to keep the pressure on, something that we saw on Inferno, we saw again on Nuke. G2 would always keep a bit of cash floating around so they could make rounds like this one competitive. And they haven't managed that thus far here on Ancient. MOUZ have been very punishing. They've been active in the lurks at the end of rounds.
Hunter needs to find himself in the right place in this round. He's still eyeing up middle on timing. He's going to go back to B. If he crosses long, this AWP on boost could be a problem. Just spotting the ramp, waiting for MOUZ to take some space. Double cave setup. Oh, nice conversion for Brolin. Oh my God, how does Heavy God not going to kill there? He jumps over and Spinks swings out to save him. There's the rifle gone.
That's
5
rough.
on 2.
Bad to worse. Yeah, as the rifle feeds the AWP. MOUZ makes it past, but it feels like he's just going to get shot in the back of the head. Exertion keeps pressing.
Just a clinical game for MOUZ right now. No mistakes, letting the kills come to them.
Dude, even this is grimy. Like, MOUZ are in such control of this game. They know that that gun was the big ticket item. They know that at most this is a force buy and that m0NESY probably doesn't have anything worth chasing down. Think about how active they've been at removing these saving players. Well, in this round where he's only holding onto a Deegan armor, they let him have the respect. Fanning out of the close, but no effort to hunt early on.
Ensure the round. MOUZ due for 8 on the T side.
Just know he has more to gain from hunting him than you'd be taking out.
Don't give him more money, although he doesn't need it. 57.50. Might need a big m0NESY round at this point of the game. No one else has showed anything worth talking about for G2. It's got to be the reliable guy, as MOUZ have 5 of them.
And also, funnily enough, it's 5-4 for G2 in opening duels. And they're down 8-1. So not really being able to convert, or you had instant trades coming in for the side of MOUZ.
It's the best one yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that's been nice to see with this MOUZ team is, like, even though the leadership has changed, it feels like, as far as the individual synergy goes between these players, they still play off of each other very well. Those trades have been punishing. And then there's moments where Brolin has to give a call just to cut through all the other noise and suggestions in the round. Feels like they hang on his every word. He gets immediate reactions.
They're making this look like a really bad fake. They've thrown 2 XX smokes, and then one guy has made noise. No one else has made a step. No one else has thrown a grenade. It looks like one dude right now with 2 smokes. So G2, I'm not sure if they're going to be ready for a 4-man hit. Molly in the cave. Now the pressure put on by MOUZ. They start to throw themselves around the corner. Oh, that Molly ticked last second on Heavy God. They know exactly where he is. Brolin, no one was ready to trade him there. No one was right behind. They still should have this kill, but that gave time for m0NESY to get set up. Still, 2v3. Hunter, the only guy in position to make this round worthwhile. And even then, the bomb's leaving.
I mean, G2 at least have been burned by these last second rotates so much. MOUZ hung around. But Torshi, I mean, every kill gets immediately punished. There hasn't been a moment in this round where it felt like anyone could have got away with more than one for G2. Hunter has now been tasked with that.
Giga flank for Jimmy.
But he will find Torshi out in the open.
Does he believe?
This kill should just come for free.
Does he believe in the stick? When he gets it, run and gun, bit of gamble, gonna just jump on that bomb. I like it. Jimmy's a long way away. Can he peek in time? He doesn't believe it. He's making steps. He still gets the kill, but G2 win the round. Hunter sticks that in a 1v1, and Jimmy's a little too late for the clutch.
Big one from Hunter. Every round matters a lot for G2 now. You know, just to have that buffer, just to have something to play with in the second half. We always say MR12 goes, you know, can turn around very quickly on you. And MOUZ punished a little bit for playing 2 separate. Jimmy, you know, trying to lurk instead of maybe just linking up with his teammates sooner. But again, G2 in that round way too static. They just picked their setup and let MOUZ do whatever they wanted. This time they switch it up. 4 players opening on B.
I'm just giving them a lifeline. Can they hang on? This game dangling for G2.
Oh, they hit the boost. That's big info for Spinks. Still, he gets sandwiched, trapped between the lane push and cave. MOUZ actually look like they want to go back and try and claw away at some of this real estate that G2 own. They do have Snacks trapped on the lane. They've been locked out from this side of the map. I mean, the window is closing, right? You know that right now G2 are heavily invested in the lane control. They put a lot of bodies there to make a push like that happen. And so you have this temporary window where the A site has to be weaker. And as they get past m0NESY, that A play opens up to MOUZ. Backstab arriving. on a pretty good timing. This could be a similar looking round to last. Once again, Torshi so tunnel vision forward. They're not suspecting the backstab. Heavy gone, walks the smoke, catches them with bomb pulled. It's just Brolin. He's had some great clutches here, but expecting a 1v4 in this moment. Taking one from the leg on that AWP. It's over for Brolin. G2 now start chaining some rounds together. I mean, Torshi's having a great time.
Despite just getting shot in the back of the head back-to-back rounds. But yeah, G2, like you said, Yanko, every round matters. They'll take 4 at this point. Maybe Hunters give them a chance to make this game interesting, but it will be in the second half. It only can be.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you know, it feels like in CS2 with MR12 and how it works, there's not CTT side doesn't matter as much as the economy does. You know, like, yeah, you were down 8-1. If you get to 8-4 and you win the second pistol and convert and you're at 8-7, who cares about what happened, what the score was 6-7 rounds ago? Now the momentum is on your side. They win a round and you reset them right after. I mean, you're in the driver's seat at that point. That's why every little misstep matters so much. And even, you know, even looking at just, okay, it's going to be, let's say G2 wins this round, it's 8-4. They still ended the half with winning 3 gun rounds in a row. So they're going to be feeling good about themselves. That also matters. You know, the players having confidence, especially someone like MOUZ, who's going to have to do work on the T side if they're going to have a chance of coming back into this game.
Yeah, by comparison, MOUZ themselves have actually only really won like 4 gun rounds on this T side. They've been constantly breaking the money of G2, and that's been a huge part of their success. So it certainly could give G2 a second win, especially if they could stick a landing on a 4th. Right, it all starts with a chance defuse out of Hunter in a 1v2 for a second round out of this G2 squad. Felt inconsequential in the moment. But now as they start chaining them together, 4 rounds on this CT half could be enough. MOUZ, the question now becomes, can they screw their heads back on? This is a different series to the one they were playing earlier. That was a chance at the opener for the Torshi AWP. This donut position has not been his friend, so he doesn't look to go back there.
High-low is nice here. MOUZ destined to hit this B bomb side. They got 2 smokes, molly, 2 flash. Just trying to organize now. This cave setup isn't going to do them many favors because it'll be Exertion likely playing late here. Might even get a whiff of this if he can jiggle and not overcommit. There's a spot. He might be ready for 2 now. Exertion won't play. They'll come up the ramp instead. 20 seconds. What a spam. Hunter can risk coming through. He can risk winning the round or losing it right now. And it's Hunter with a big mow down in the sight. Jimmy turns around. 10 seconds to get this bomb planted.
He's on for the ace clutch. 3 kills come through very quickly from Jimmy P, but the mollies start raining in. Things are really heating up for him. Able to peel back, get off the angle. MOUZ had to hit that. G2 will deliver on the promise of 4 CT rounds. It's not much, but will it be enough?
Boom. Sing me a song.
Hear that? Cracking open a cold one. Duncan, you got a problem?
Okay. Do you like the taste of that Black Monster?
It's fight night. Spot in the semi-finals on the line. And in this anime right now, MOUZ lead the charge. It was a runaway T-half, but the valiant effort of Hunter cannot be ignored. Finding 3 rounds for G2 in a row to close out that first half. They sit with 4 rounds to their name. It's not much, but it's all they have to play with, and their spot in those semis depends on getting the most out of that mileage they found down the tail end of the first half.
Gave his team a lifeline, absolutely, but the start is very important for G2. It does feel like if they fall down to 10-4, 11-4, it's going to be an insurmountable lead. But with a good start, they have a chance.
4-1 in the series for MOUZ on pistols, but G2 love to win a force. MOUZ on this fake right now. Heavy Gold rather, as G2 explode into this bomb site. It's going to get heard by Torshi. It keeps the 4-man stack for a second, but they can fast flank through middle. Torshi has to hold this real estate. G2 come hunting. What an unbelievable kill. Snack's drive-by, run and gun. The Julies try to fight back. m0NESY falls, and this is getting messy right now in the donut. Sershin finally overwhelmed, and G2 have a post plant set up.
Torshi in the donut, it's just not been kind to him. Even in the pistol, found there first, had a couple of rounds shot in the back of the head. Now the rest should just be a formality for G2. MOUZ doesn't need to fall there. Has support from the rest of the team. If only he waits and Brolin tries to swing out. Oh, he will make it in. Hunter unable to reply. Still for Brolin, there simply isn't time in this round. And there's that late swing from Heavy God. G2 pull up with a pistol round and second wind in their sails now.
Hunter hyping MOUZ up a lot there, knowing he's just won them a very important pistol. The one that could save this series, send them to a semi.
Helps with the double.
Yeah.
Just what the doctor ordered. I think if you're Taz, you're really loving this, right? Him getting nice little multi-kill, winning the pistol. Now this is the one, Harry. This is the one you absolutely cannot afford to lose. And MOUZ is opening with 4 players towards B.
Oh, and G2 have started with everyone here. There's not really a plan B right now for G2. Triple cave, though. They will be locked out on these SMGs. It just comes down to what space the G2 want to take.
How locked out are they? Because that smoke is for short and long. There's no real space for G2 to play in this bomb site.
Oh, this is so claustrophobic.
Fight the SMGs. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Mow down from Snacks through the back line, though. And they've kept it even, 3v2. It's well handled for G2. Playing into the stack. Oh, and a bit of luck going the way of m0NESY.
Sure.
Now they find the conversions. Now look, a couple of rounds ago, Torshi was chuckling to himself. 2 rounds had gone against G2, both in the exact same way. Shot in the back of the head while he's holding on a donut. But then his second half starts getting run at by pistols, dying in donut. Pistol round goes against them. Now they don't buy, or now they don't win on the force buy. This is going to be a 1-round game. It doesn't matter what the scoreline was. 8-1, by the way, in MOUZ's favor. It's about to be a 1-round game.
And I think it matters a lot what you're talking about in terms of the energy as well, right? It's been a long day. The previous series was 3 maps, so you started later than you expected to. Now your series is going 3 maps. And you remember the game we did in groups where Torji is hyping his teammates up, you know, intentionally sort of giving them energy. Like, that's going to be a factor in this game as well. Especially on the CT side, right? Like, you're always reacting, you have to be mobile. We saw G2, one of their biggest problem was they were a little bit too static on the CT side, gave too much space to MOUZ, and they were able to do whatever they wanted. So you can't fall into that same trap.
Maybe it's the run and gun on the MP5, because Heavy God did not stop moving there.
And I mean, there's a bunch of gamers on G2, man. Like, obviously m0NESY, but MOUZ. I know I sound like a broken record a little bit, but I really do feel like T-side Ancient is where he does his best work and has had a quiet series. So.
Yeah, I think that's, like, it has the potential to be a very exciting activation for that exact reason, right? Like, you've I don't want to say he's been like a huge issue first map. He just wasn't really like the star you were looking to. Second map, he was a bit of a problem for G2. If he could redeem it all now, as this comeback is taking shape, offer up a strong T-half on, you know, what you say is his best map. That maybe could, you know, rewrite the whole thing around MOUZ in this series.
He's just
showing up when it's crunch time.
So sharp in those mid fights. You know, the mid duels, finding correct timing, switching it up from instantly trying to peek to doing it a little bit delayed, edging the smokes.
I mean, something else that's like wild to think about was a lot of MOUZ's first half. I say a lot of it, you know, 2, maybe 3 rounds were propped up with big Brolin multi-kills, but, you know, he's the guy in the nitty-gritty having to help manage these rotates now. It gets more tricky on this CT half. Needs that supporting cast around him. It was his Tech 9 3K 1v3, 1v2 in the pistol as well, or 1v3. That really helped get MOUZ off to such a hot start here. Can he keep that going now on the CT half?
Should be easier on the CT side. You're going to have a lot more vocal players and people helping out, people making moves to their teammates they play sites on. He can't cover all of the map at once, right? He's not microing a site execute, for example. So it should give him a little bit of room. Over on B right now in Cave, where in-game leaders often are, to get the most information they can off of audio cues. Exertion plays tight in red. Still have a pixel gap on the mid-cross. Despite that, they're not playing heavy B. We need to see rotates for MOUZ back to this bomb site right now. They're going to be out of position. Otherwise, Torshi's bringing that up as well. This is well-timed. MOUZ putting 3 in the right place. Snacks lurking middle.
I think the thing that's so annoying here for G2 is that info came from a pixel gap, right? That no one had crossed mid. And so the fake hasn't really worked. As a result, MOUZ 1 step ahead, but that's not like they grouped and they flash push middle, so G2 are aware of this. They're going in blind over towards a stack. MOUZ and Heavy God, though, make a convincing case for it. Breaking through with the openers. That's a bomb plant for G2.
That's another 4v5 won by G2, which they've done plenty of times in this series.
Wow. MOUZ does go for the save. I mean, MOUZ did absolutely everything right in that round. It looked perfect for them up until the moment they were supposed to get the kills and G2 actually hit the bomb site, right? They had a setup at the beginning, you know, they left mid open, they saw G2 is trying to do something in the mid round, they go back together to re-clear it, right? They were being dynamic, active on the CT side. They see that no one's there, make the call to rotate towards the B bomb site, but it just felt with that stack, maybe didn't know exactly how they wanted to stand. Spinks gets spammed.
Yeah.
And then Brolin just doesn't win the duel, and all of a sudden they're locked out of the bomb site.
And you know, when we were back on Inferno at the start of this, MOUZ, I think, played the prettier Counter-Strike in terms of making the right moves, having the right ideas, but G2 was still the ones winning when that map concluded.
The X factor.
With the individual starting to show up, the fact you win your first rifle round playing into the stack in a well-called round from MOUZ and you get out with it, that's huge for G2.
Run boost into elbow, they won't do anything with it.
And maybe in Katowice it seemed a little bit like G2 is playing too much set executes on their T side, especially on a map like Mirage. And here you see them a little bit more default to open up. You know, Torshi, both gun rounds started in A, maybe expecting something like that. He could get a free kill from Temple, but not the case this time around.
Fake noise made. He's going to walk back. It's the AWP that wants to go for contact here. It's a good timing push, but they're still weak on the other side of the map. G2 taking control in the donut, getting blocked by the smoke. As the red one fades, it's a lurk opening up for MOUZ if he wants to get weird. Throwing a smoke to make it look like an A play, and that might be because it is. Bomb coming in.
Oh, Exertion still has a smoke. That goes in now at the 40-second mark.
I feel like you're forced into a B hit right now, but G2 don't want to. They're going to go through this one. 2 CTs here. Good luck.
Better be a good flash. Oh, they call him a flash for the reason. Let's go. Exertion, double blind mow down. Snacks with the trade. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Honestly, locked in a separate fight while Snacks is planting. He's just going to get run at. Spinks charges, but he's missed the opportunity. Nails it the second time around. It's just Monacy left in this one.
He's sticking.
They don't have the kit. 10-second stick. Monacy's allowed to close the distance. They have to hit this shot. Brolin has to hit this. He's come up short. Off the bomb now. Monacy with the info. A huge clutch. 1v3 looking to come through for Monacy. Ilya the Kid is on his feet. G2 in the lead.
He had it. Spinks had the defuse. It would have been so close. Monacy jumped to the left side of Donut. They were about 3 seconds away. Spinks could have stuck. And it's Monacy who sticks the landing in the clutch. 1v3 late to the site. How do you explain that away? MOUZ had the perfect setup. They read the late play. Blind kills. 5v3 and the trades just come out of nowhere.
Right moves. Good individual multi-kill from the donut hold. Exertion getting away with a lot. Spinks making the heads-up play of running down the bomb planter even. That was all the makings of the round for MOUZ. And yet still, G2 find a way.
None of that matters, Harry, if you can't finish. That's why they got Jimmy on the team, but he's been out of a couple of these plays.
It's a 2-for-1 right there.
Oh, we'll see now. Last time out, Cyclone absolutely had to take it here, try to stabilize his guys. They have another buy.
A lot of rounds left.
Torji now opens towards the B bomb site.
Oh, and it's now where G2 go back to something more exec heavy. They have not attempted the mid control. It's nades over towards this B site. A cursory glance up through the ramp. Heavy God has spied that AWP, but it cost him his life.
They still want to go. Torshi on default going to get another chance here, even if a flash connects.
They've had an advantage every single gun round. This doesn't have to mean anything, right? Let's see what G2 has in store this time around.
Molly is going to displace Torshi. Does he stay or does he go? Wide in front of the short smoke, full blind, going back for another as he edges it. Takes a second. Is Torshi living on the edge? Tag, nade, finish, Torshi in the right place, finally putting up a multi-kill. And MOUZ need it now more than ever. 2 low players on G2 are not breaking in. No! Surely not! No low, not like this, no way. Back they go.
No, they should never win this. They're both so low. Okay, they didn't see Jimmy. They didn't spot him. He's got the round in the bag, surely. Hunter at 2 HP and they know where he was. Does not have many options here. Kind of wants to just take the straight up fight, but it's got to be flawless. Jimmy on the line saves the day for MOUZ, putting a stop to a very anxiety-inducing round for the MOUZ squad.
You'll take it if you're MOUZ. You'll take whatever you can get this late in the game. 9-9, third map, quarterfinal from the ex-Studio Merchants.
It doesn't feel insignificant to me that Torshi was a big part of why they won that round,
He's
right?
Been blocked in so many of these gun rounds.
Literally, I think over the last, what, like 9 rounds, he's been on rough receiving ends of G2. And so that multi-kill there comes at a perfect timing.
Still doesn't have the orb, though, to follow up immediately. Lost a lot of economy on that round win. G2 seem infatuated with the B bomb site. They've been starting 4 or 5 here every time, but MOUZ has made his classic M80 play, walking dry through the mid-smoke to red. No one's challenged. No one's seen him. No one's stopped him. You can remain aware, but at what timing does MOUZ play?
And we saw MOUZ in this situation a couple of rounds ago, regroup to clear mid. Torji's waiting for Spinks. It seems like they will go for it again. Can MOUZ find a kill or two?
He would love to get out of this with something. MOUZ forward position. Oh, but the timing. Whenever you think you're going to look away. 1 more second. That's all it would have took. But Exertion gets the better of him.
Now they know.
His side's been left empty. Aggro in mid. Snacks going to walk right over the top of this.
Why would you check Exertion at this point of the round? How is he still here?
Oh. That one's free. Jimmy dead back in Donut. And look who are the 2 left standing for G2.
I'm not buying it.
Last time they attempted the 2v4, both these players were super wounded. Jimmy could end the round in 2 bullets. This time it's got to be cleaner from MOUZ.
Force them through CT with that temple smoke.
Hunter with the reposition.
They called the boost. They know he's up there.
m0NESY on this tight line over towards Donut, rewarded with the first. The other three are all out spawn side. How's the synergy between m0NESY and Hunter? m0NESY deals with the first two, leaves it on Hunter for the clutch. Couldn't manage the 2v4 last time. It's only Brolin as the captain left to beat. Hunter brings his A game. Double digits secured. Big game players. Hunter and m0NESY step up and seal the deal on a 2v4.
What a turnaround with how Hunter started this series. His first half was abysmal. He got 2 kills on the first of Inferno, showing up in another 2v4, and this time he clutches up, closes from 8-4 down.
You can never count out m0NESY and a Kovac in a 2vx.
No, some things never change. Oh, m0NESY opens. Spinks getting run at, gonna fall. m0NESY on a tear. They've awoken G2's beast. And MOUZ hate it. This was their game to win, it felt like. Exertion whittled down on this pistol. As this partial buy looks to go in favor of G2. MOUZ catches Jimmy over in middle. Exertion about to be so blind. One more man back in the cave. It's Torshi. And G2 don't even have to fight him here. They will anyway. m0NESY is feeling it. 3 kills in that round. It's back-to-back multis out of m0NESY. This is MOUZ's last full buy round. And this is mad with how this all started.
8-1 scoreline for MOUZ in the first half, and the rounds were dominant as well. Completely turned in the second half, and Cyclone doesn't have any more timeouts, so the players now have to figure it out on their own, and not only that, but not really lose heart, considering how some of these clutches went.
Yeah.
Oh, the grenade and the run boost fails as a result.
This happened every time. They did so much damage with these mid-nades.
Just throwing them high.
I wonder if you're regretting some of the early timeouts here if you're MOUZ as well.
Oh my god.
Snacks trying to force a fight, force a play.
Had the flash.
And that is awkward. They lose another on the spam.
All right, can't lose this one, MOUZ. 5v3.
You know, even then, you look at who's left in the round. You look at what Hunter and m0NESY have been able to achieve whenever they're 2v4. Well, how about a 3v5 with MOUZ, Ancient Merchant alongside them? This thing MOUZ have to a matey. MOUZ closes the gap on Donut, and Torshi Zorp is going to get rid of him. It has to be another masterclass in the 2vx for m0NESY and Hunter.
Okay, at least the other one was a post plant. This one's pre. MOUZ don't have to move. MOUZ don't have to come to you. The pressure is on G2.
I mean, the money isn't amazing for them, right? MOUZ, no money in the bank, really.
Giving it up. Looks like it.
Ooh, what's your take on the save? Because obviously, right, their money's bad, but in the same vein, MOUZ were on the edge of reset at the back of this round. They get a 5 alive round at this point in the game. That feels pretty huge for MOUZ.
I mean, MOUZ are at full loss bonus because it accumulated so much, right? If you're G2, now you have to think about, wait, actually, we can run out of money to close out this game. Right? This next round is going to be actually hugely important for both teams because it might put MOUZ on 11 at that point and G2 with no money.
They said they're going to do
Yeah, they were talking
again.
about the HEs and how much damage they got away with. They've been spotting that they have been nailing the mid-nades.
They actually had no way to know. They didn't get any kills, but like not in that round at least. But yeah, they're right.
Yeah, just check every round the utility damage.
Oh yeah, good tip. Yeah, he did call it right after the round ended.
He was like, damn, that's how they do it. This whole time he's just been guessing. All right, back to mid they go. Nades rain in. This time Exertion is undamaged, unblemished on the mid push.
MOUZ have learned. Slightly different lineups as well, but oh my god, G2 jumped the shots. MOUZ out middle, sees the flash coming, but he can't stop the peak behind it. Trying to climb up. The call comes to Care B. G2 Only too strong here and not even lane control to talk about.
I think G2 are expecting a more passive hold in mid with these nades, having been so punishing as of late, but MOUZ just commit a little bit later into these fights.
Hunter's feeling it.
He's the guy giving you a tremendous amount of faith in G2, him and Monacy. No doubt about it.
They just have to kind of contact round.
It's just every single time we get into the late round, it comes down to these two having to be the saviors.
Retake B.
This time Heavy God's in there with them. Jimmy making a heads-up play of pushing main will get the info that the A side of the map is clear.
And MOUZ doesn't have any utility to block on B to buy time for this push from Jimmy. So if G2 goes now, they actually have a pretty good chance to plant the bomb and play the post plant.
Yeah, Spinks can try to slow this down with his incendiary, but that buys you a couple of seconds, and even then he doesn't lob it out yet.
So for the retake, so to slow the plant. There it is on the site. Might force a different plant position. It's definitely going to waste half of these smokes times. Hunter, ooh, he's getting nervous here. Another molly goes in. He can't stick it.
Oh god,
now.
the
He's
smokes
not
have
safe.
faded.
They're coming for him.
They close the gap. Hunter gets left to fight all on his own. It's only Heavy God that claps down upon that B site from MOUZ. The util milked to the perfect degree.
Super
Double
nice.
molly on default, no plant for Hunter, smokes have faded, and they chase him down while he's trapped on site alone.
Yeah, because they wanted to clear cave, right? They never had the info, but MOUZ are playing full retake B. There was no one in cave, and G2 wasted that smoke timing by going for info.
G2 are full bought.
They're risking it all.
They have gone all in on this round.
And therefore B rushing. Oh my god. Straight in the sight. Full blind. Brolin overwhelmed. There's only one more man here. Rotator coming in. Spinks holds strong. Lots of damage. The grenade could be absolutely brutal, but it missed completely. Spinks followed up. MOUZ have been given a lifeline. Can they hang on?
Up close, MOUZ with one. It's him and Monacy. You've been waiting for MOUZ to get going. This might have to be his moment. Low HP on everyone. MOUZ aggro. Caught over at long. Monacy with dual Berettas. Plenty of ammo.
This could be insane.
You never see these dualies up against the big guns get away with murder like this. Monacy would have to do something out of this world. The repositions over towards long. They don't know about it. MOUZ move in. Gun picked up, but Monacy makes noise. Now they know, and the Torshi Orb locks him out. MOUZ collect themselves for that retake.
Gonna be honest, G2 should have won that round with the entry kill, with the space they got, the damage. That HE would have found probably one, if not two kills on the short side. The position that G2 get in almost justifies it, but losing that round has put you in the hole.
I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of this. You know, you're just rolling the dice instead of taking the eco and giving yourself one final gun round. I think they would have had 4,400 plus, right? Like, you're just trying to catch them off guard and sort of win that. You wouldn't even win the game there, right? They would have one more buy at the end, but what are you left with now? You know, what do you do now? G2 tried to steal this one away, but MOUZ holds on, and now in a really good situation to just win this game in regulation.
Yeah, the fact that this is sort of the second best outcome for G2, right? Having the extra cash from the bomb plant, it's not like it's given them the best buy ever here. 3 Galils, Mac 10 on Snacks. They've left it to a coin flip.
This elbow actually allows MOUZ to fight here. MOUZ have made that mistake. Will they be punished? No.
You really have to dig deep in this round if you're G2. They have less to work with. They've taken all the pace out of it. They're the ones feeling all the pressure. MOUZ, their big test was were they were able to reactivate, build back into this after they were caught a little too comfortable and G2 started leveling up.
Snacks was walking there to throw nades, and that's exactly what Torshi's probably realized as well. So you know there's going to be more players in position for G2 to run this execute. They keep 3 strong. Torshi takes his dominant line on the AWP. This should be his round. Flashes have to really get him off. G2, a last-ditch attempt, a last chance in a quarterfinal. MOUZ on the precipice of progressing.
This whole comeback for G2 started with some chance kills on Torshi. That reblock in at the top of ramp. G2 might have no choice but to come through it. Torshi's going to blow this open, looking for a gap. He He strikes Heavy God and a little bit more. Torshi highlight reel to close this. It's only Modesty left, and Torshi sends him packing. MOUZ lock in semi-finals. End of the line for G2.
A roller coaster match, both teams winning their map, and even though MOUZ had a heavy lead, G2 pulled it all the way to give us a bit of cinema at the end of Ancient. It's still going to be MOUZ.